And I wish I could say we were geniuses and said we're going to start our own company. That's not what happened. In the beginning, we went to every single label, and every single label shut their door on us. The genius thing that we did was we didn't give up. We didn't say, because these guys, we use that what do they know approach. We didn't give up at that point. I think that was the genius thing we did.
Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z can say he's not a genius. I won't say he's not a genius.
Me either.
But I do think there is some genius in never giving up. And that's one topic that we are going to discuss here. If you're new to the podcast, we are the Need to Know podcast. Is what you need to know when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast. I am 1/3, and now it's actually like 4 of us because we have a new camera.
Come on.
The gang is in here. The YouTube comments, I read them all. Don't worry, you can offend me. Like I won't lose sleep. You can also praise us. I see a lot of love in the streets for Reggie.
Yeah, can I say something real quick? I just need 10 seconds. Thank you guys for being so nice. Like, oh my God, like everyone's being like so nice. Like I think I do have thick skin because in the industry, you have to. I'm getting rejected by editors every single day. Right. But I just like nice people, and people have been so fucking nice. Thank you.
Well, you deserve it. Like, you're a star. So thank you for being here 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I know you're super busy, but the fact that you carved out some time for us every single week, I have to thank you. And Dev is always in the building. Dev, I will not thank you because this is your studio.
Well, he's letting us use it, though. He's letting us use it.
This was
thank you.
This was my plan all along.
Okay, I believe you. He's a visionary, right? Dev is in the building as well. Y'all have loved the chemistry of the 4 of us together.
So you're not just going to intro me, right? Nah, I've been here too long. It's not your boy A no more.
He's like, what about me?
No, it's not your boy A, right?
Well, you didn't want to be a fucking couple, so.
You're damn right I did it.
Ooh,
I had to find some other vibes.
Now he's turning back around.
I had to find some other vibes, you know what I mean?
Let me talk to my people. Hey, y'all. It's your boy A. Need to Know podcast. Hello.
It's the boy A. We in the building. What's going on, A?
I'm chilling. Thank you.
Good to see you. Yo, people really thought we was going to fight last week over Kanye and Drake.
Y'all better stop. If y'all think I'm finna fight over 2 men, y'all don't know me.
I was waiting on you to swing. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait. No.
I was waiting, bro. Like I was waiting. Like there's a lot of built up tension. I ain't really feel that.
And his music, something that he loves.
Like this nigga mad passionate. Like bro, I can't argue with you about something you passionate about. Like
they called you a gaslighter.
I did see that. I saw
Somebody
the gas.
said that?
I did see the
You
gas.
liked it. Fuck out of here.
niggas don't know how to argue. That's all. Like I know how to argue. Like I'm not a gaslighter. Like, I'm just good at what I do.
Savon does know how to argue. I will give you that.
He's good at what I do.
You gotta stand on your points, even if they sometimes don't make sense. Anyway, you was introing the show, right?
Yes, indeed. We have a lot
Those
of people.
slick shot like.
We got a lot of people that rock with us. First and foremost, let's show some love to Rasta Clout. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know we love Rasta Clout. We love their bracelets. If you look on my wrist, you will always see some Rasta Clout gear. They promote positive vibes, positivity, and pushing you to just be the best version of you. They make you feel really good. I told you on the last episode, I gifted my brothers some custom Kevin Durant gear, and they have sports gear. They have astrology. Right. Everything you need is at rastaclout.com. We're in a climate where we're also trying to support each other in the community and putting money back into the community. Yeah. They are Black owned as well. So that is a point of emphasis that I do want to highlight because a lot of people, Alex actually, shout out to Alex, man. This kid is always repping the set, yo.
What's up? What
like, so we went to go log in and check in at a studio because, you know, we be working in mad studios and shit. Y'all feel mad important saying that, by the way. But we go to mad different studios.
One of the studios that we, visited.
Some light
just one of the few that me and Alex work at.
Yeah.
She was kicking it with us, and she was like, "Yeah, I got these bracelets, right?" So her and Alex have a rapport that I didn't know. Like, Alex, you meet a woman, you got a rapport. I'm like,
he be doing his thing,
cool, right?
Guys.
He is like street hustling these Rasta Clout bracelets.
I'm doing them just the way I was doing fruit snacks in high school.
Everybody.
Yo, that was a hustle.
Or you remember when you had to get the chocolate? You had to sell all the chocolate in your
family.
Like,
yo.
That's the way I'm doing this, just Savon.
Like, I had one on my wrist, and the lady who was checking us in, making sure we didn't have COVID or anything, she was like, "Oh my God, I just ordered the same one. And guess what? I used your code." So the code is Need to Know. Make sure y'all do that at the checkout for 20% off at this time. Sometimes we do 50% off, but Need to Know at rastaclout.com.
You must buy you. You must buy, yo. This is, I don't know how many times I must say it. You must buy. Okay, for your mother, your father, your brother. It's time. Oh, need to know. Need to know is the promo code. Also, like I said, we at home court. We with the team. We with the gang.
Hey.
Home court is thehmdstudio.com. Come holler at us. It's not open yet. But, yeah, when y'all come up in here, y'all might run into us.
Nah, you know, it might be open. Just tell them you know us.
Ooh.
I mean, that's
At the door. At the door.
That is truthful.
That's all you gotta do.
That's
very
the code.
You know what I
Truthful.
mean? Just let them know you know us. You
Like
feel
that.
me? And
That's
when I
a
say
fact.
us, I mean A. So now,
You see me in the trenches. I'm
That's
hustling
the
these bracelets.
code. That's the code again in
yes,
A.
yes.
You must buy. I pressed her too. I said, you must buy these bracelets. She said, oh my God, I just want to take your COVID test. I said, no, you must buy.
And he made a
Must
sale.
buy.
She did
Nah,
it.
he definitely bust down the sale. I was so confused. I was like, wait,
When did this happen?
What's going on?
You know, I don't say much.
And then I had to jump in on the promo gig, like, oh
said,
yeah,
I don't
girl,
say much.
You know, I did this, like, yeah, this,
said, oh,
this
He lets his
us.
actions speak, you know.
Like this us, and I heard a lot of y'all actually asking for the Need to Know podcast design on the bracelets. Like a few people asked about that. Rasta Clout, if you're listening,
Come on. We
That'd
ready?
be dope.
we can make
That'd
that
be
happen.
fire.
That'll be dope. That would be super dope.
And also, please like, subscribe, comment. We do a terrible job of doing
do.
this at the
We
top of each episode. We fuck with y'all. Just reciprocated over to us. Yeah. Also, we are now on TikTok.
Hey,
Okay.
I don't know a thing about TikTok.
Me
Shout out
either.
to Shavina.
Shout out to Shiv. Hey.
Gang.
We are now
Viral.
on TikTok. What's up? Need to Know Pod, right?
Yeah, needs to know.
Go ahead and follow Need to Know Pod on TikTok. We're going to be taking a lot of our moments from here and upload it over there.
Yo, I feel nasty promoting TikTok.
Me too. I never thought I would have
Don't, no,
it.
no, don't.
why we
Embrace
just
it.
did that,
No,
though?
don't sleep on
Don't.
TikTok.
But why
Do
we
not
did that
sleep on
though,
TikTok.
eh?
Don't feel bad.
That's not us.
I never knew that would be it.
Don't
we
do
let
that.
Reggie, why
Reggie,
you-
we
wait,
let
wait.
Reggie and Dev get in here and just
Don't
like,
do that
nah,
because
me,
TikTok
put the
is
sauce
the
on it.
elite
Wow.
app. It is what they say. What?
They said no. He said that they let us in, and then something happened.
Now we promoted TikTok because of
Look
y'all
what we
niggas.
do. We
What the
changing.
fuck is going on?
changing.
TikTok is the tool. It is the
is.
elite app. Don't sleep on TikTok just because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
people be dancing. No, it is like the TikTok dance is like 5% of like what TikTok really
That's
can
a
do.
I
fact.
noticed that.
That's a
No,
fact.
I
it is
noticed that.
incredible that
And
app.
the first clip we ever uploaded went viral.
Because
So I
it's
fuck with
very,
y'all.
it's very, very organic. Because people, if they throw it on random people's feeds, so if it's good, it will go viral. You don't have to have followers.
Nope.
No,
We had nothing.
So it's not
Right.
an elitist app.
It's not, but I will say
No.
this. I will say this.
Right,
It is designed, and I've read in TikTok's app that your first post, they usually push it very hard. Now, not as hard as yours. Yours genuinely went viral. Like that one genuinely went viral.
Yeah, my
But
post
they,
didn't.
but
No, I'm
they
kidding.
do, you stupid. They genuinely do put that in position, like your first video, because they think of it like a drug. Like your first hit, and you like, and you chase that feeling forever. So it keeps you on the app. So that's something else that they integrate into the system
it.
with the
That's
first post.
fire.
Yeah.
Keep
well,
doing it then.
shit, it worked. So
Oh yeah, now you're gonna keep running, keep chasing.
It most definitely worked. Yeah, before we get into some of the heavier topics, before we get into DMX, we also got a lot to speak about. I do want to at least mention it. Dante Wright.
Dante, right.
Dante Wright.
Minnesota again.
Minnesota again. Again, we are going to spend a large chunk of time on that. I have to say that has been weighing on my heart, seeing so many passings in so many different ways of just our people in particular.
Specifically.
After we left the studio last week, DMX was pronounced dead.
Yep.
I will say, I won't say ignorance, like some things I just don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was hearing the reports of DMX, I had to read on what brain dead meant. Right now,
vegetative
again,
state, right?
don't judge me. A vegetative state. I know what that means. I know what it implies, but I didn't know that it was irreversible. Right? I didn't. I gotta be honest. I'm doing the research. If you go in my Google cookies right now, you will see me just going down the rabbit hole because I'm just concerned about. I was concerned about his health, his well-being. I didn't really truly understand it, but. I do think it's important that we do have three music lovers. I'll say we have 4 music lovers, but we also have like 2 students of like the music landscape and the industry. And that's no disrespect to Dev. He's an artist. Yeah. So I view you in a different light than I do, Reggie and Alex, right? But the passing of DMX, Earl Simmons, it was sad.
Yes.
50 years old. He's the definition of immortal. He's the definition of a legend. He's the definition of an icon. I am so very grateful and thankful. I believe I said this last week that we got to see him on Versus, that we got to see him on the biggest platform musically for artists over the last year,
Wow.
right? I would say, especially within our culture, within
100%
our community
during the
verses.
pandemic.
It was one of my favorite verses, to be honest. It's probably because it's probably the one verses I really watched, sat, and like prepared for, because I really enjoy both of them, and just to see DMX again was just like so amazing. So yeah, I appreciated seeing him. that last
And
time.
seeing clips from that now, it's just they're both so joyful in that, and it's
Yeah.
just like, thank God we have that footage. Like,
yeah.
For sure.
I really appreciate DMX, and I appreciate DMX because I appreciate celebrities or artists or people in that realm who are authentically themselves no matter what. And you know, as a kid, I mean, I didn't listen to the most DMX. As I got older, I started to understand more that, you know, he had a lot going on in his life. But one thing that stuck to me, and I think it's helped my confidence in a sense, right? Because on the quick session, I spoke about, and you guys are probably gonna hear that soon, I spoke about how, like, you know, I had to create my own moral code to a sense. It's kind of dope to see a guy who is so beloved and adorned and is supposed to be, quote unquote, maybe bougie or hard to work with, etc. And just to hear all the stories about how authentic he was and how he was himself is exactly how I want to move in this realm. So it was a blessing to see a person just be themselves and it work. Because a lot of the times when you get in this industry, you feel like you got to put on the front, right?
Yeah.
Or you
which
gotta
is
put
something
on
he
this-
never did ever.
He never did it.
Yeah.
And it's really something I stand behind. I hope to even be
Emulate that.
emulate that or mold that to a sense, 100%. So I'm super grateful, but it's really hard, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did a little DMX set over the weekend.
Of course.
All in the car, speakers going crazy, dog.
See, I
feeling
couldn't
his
do it.
pain.
I couldn't
Couldn't do it?
I couldn't listen to it because the music hit too close to home for me. It's almost like when Nipsey passed, he referenced death so much. He referenced,
Yeah.
hey, you know, when I leave, this is who I am. You know,
Yeah.
take advantage of the time that you
He
have
treated
here.
that album like it was gonna be his last.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot
eerie.
it's a little eerie. It is. It's very
is.
eerie. So for me, I didn't do the DMX set. But what I did do, I appreciated the small moments on social media.
Yeah.
Like that concert that he held in Brazil. It wasn't just his. I
Oh,
think it was
yeah.
a festival.
That was a festival.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Woodstock.
Woodstock. That's what it was?
Woodstock.
I don't know. So
DMX
I'm
at
taking your
Woodstock.
word
Yeah,
for it.
Like
it
crowds of
was.
people, right?
Where he
DMX at
performed for the whole
Woodstock?
world.
Woodstock.
Where
Yeah.
not just performed, because anybody could have got on that stage and performed.
Yeah.
They performed.
Yeah.
He had the crowd performing with him every single word.
Right.
It's almost like he had a string, and when he would move the string,
Right,
the crowd would
right.
move with it. Like
Literally.
the
impact
impact that he
impact.
had
The crowd went on for miles.
for miles.
That shit was crazy.
It literally looked like
miles.
he was performing for the whole world. Like, literally.
It did. It was crazy. It was ridiculous, and it made me realize, like, yo, that is what this is about. Yo, like somebody has said to me that they felt that I was chasing fame. Let me say that again. I was told that, yo, Savon, it looks like you're chasing fame, and I was really hurt by that. Like, it legit bothered me because I'm like, yo, do you not understand why I do what the fuck I like? It's
Clearly
about
don't understand.
impact.
Yeah.
I'm here, like, we're all here trying to do this to make an impact just for one person. That's all it takes. Thankfully, we've reached a larger audience, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But seeing DMX, he's like the pure example of impact versus fame. Because I know for a fact he could give a fuck about fame.
Yeah.
Right.
He's impacted so many people. So
Yeah.
for that, he's a legend in itself. I wish he's probably one of the first artists that I wish that I kind of really got to experience his era,
Yeah.
his
That
run.
That run.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I was a part of. I think I could say I
was
was
just
in
about to
there
ask you that.
for fucking sure.
You a little older than us, Pops.
Yeah. Oh, nigga called me Pops.
Oh, he's like, whoa, okay.
The Cougars is looking for you.
He's like, yo, you didn't have to say all that.
Yo,
You didn't have to say all that.
Our whole friendship flashed before my fucking
Yeah,
eyes.
his face was like, oh, okay.
Remember the Cougars conversation we had? That's why I threw the Pops out there. My
gotta
bad.
relax.
No,
You
see, I
gotta
came back.
relax.
No.
Gotta
All right, my
relax.
bad, guys. Let's
Gotta
relax.
relax.
I'm chilling.
But
Hold on,
what-
I'm chilling.
Mom,
But what an era.
I love you.
What an
Who's
era.
mom?
It was an American. What? What's going on? Are
I said I love my
Okay.
mom.
I don't know
That's it.
nothing.
All right, let's
Think
just
about my
leave
mama.
it there.
Just think about my mama.
We're just gonna leave it there.
Think about my
Anyway.
mama now.
DMX.
It was an era that was very special to me in particular too, because I did get to experience that era, and it was when I first heard DMX on the radio, it was like, what the fuck is happening? why is he barking? Mom, what is this? Like, it was a real moment, and that's why his run was so incredible. From movies, like I saw every DMX movie when it came out. Like I was really like, he was like a superhero. You understand what I'm saying? Like he was a real character. Like you understand what I'm saying? He was larger than life to me, and I really wish I got a chance to even meet him. Remember the documentary Jay-Z and them I think it was Fade to Black.
I think it was Fade to Black.
Fade to Black. Even seeing those little, because remember back in the day, there was no YouTube, so seeing intimate moment of certain artists was really big. Like, so to see DMX eating with Jay-Z and them rapping backstage, he was just
different.
He was different. He's
one of one.
He's one of one. He was a real special dude.
We'll never see another DMX. We'll never experience another person like that.
Never.
One of the common things that everybody around him said is that he took on others' pain. You know what I'm saying? Wow. He lived for others. You know, he had a bunch of kids, a lot of children. He just impacted a lot of people's lives. Like, it's super dope when, you know, you can see when somebody transitions and when somebody passes that there's stories from random people, from famous people, from, you know, like people who aren't famous, fans, interactions. Like when you see just random stories of him at the airport.
Yeah,
like
I was about to bring that up.
No business. You want to talk about it? Speak to it.
My favorite, when you were referencing your favorite clip with the Woodstock clip, my favorite moments were like when I would see on my timeline of him at like a freaking Philly cheesesteak stand, like being like, "Oh, can I cook with you guys?" Or like he was at like an Albanian wedding. I'm so sorry if I got the country. It was a family from the Middle East. Like he was dancing with them at their wedding. Like there's been so many clips that have come out since then. It just shows like he lived such a full life.
Yeah.
He was present in the moment, and I just love seeing clips like that. That's and like they definitely got me a little emotional, being like everybody should live like this. Just live in the moment.
Just even living in the moment. I'm so glad you brought that up. Like I try to do that with everything, right? Because in life, right, you have to plan certain things. Certain things do have to be planned.
Yeah. Because then you're just living recklessly if you don't.
Exactly. But just as human beings, for us to remember to live in the moment and not just put so onus on a word it's supposed to be or how we see something, like I'm really gonna take all that shit from X, man. Like,
Nah, and the coolest thing about X is like he never changed, he never wavered, he is who he is. And I think it was super dope where he was just like, "Yo, I don't like Drake."
Word.
That clip, yeah.
That's funny to me.
I don't like the way he talks. I don't like the way he rap. What'd he say?
That's great.
I don't like the way he rap.
What he said, Dad?
I don't like the way he talk. I don't like the way he rap.
Yo, you really sound like him right now. Like that's crazy.
Yo, what's up, my dog? My dog, what's up?
Man, I'm just mad. I just feel it, bro.
For real, like he was always him. He never, like Drake is the biggest rapper in the world.
Yeah, and Drake sampled him.
And he said, I don't like him.
What type of games are being played? How's it going down?
Wait, did Drake ever respond to that or not acknowledge that?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't.
That would have been. I wouldn't say anything. If any legend says "fuck Devon Terrell," you fucking suck, I said, well, that's what he said.
That's what he said. Especially DMX.
Come on, fam.
Well,
DMX.
okay.
I'm gonna argue with DMX, fam. Are you dumb?
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's
not
dope
real
to
as it
kinda,
gets.
You know what I'm saying? Like remembering people in totality.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I think one thing that today's music is missing, and one thing that I think we all can kind of appreciate X for, he didn't do it for any other reason than impact, which eliminates the thought of him doing anything for clout. Like,
Love that.
Clout has taken over the music industry so much that the next generation can't really appreciate DMX because they may not even be able to identify with somebody so real and thorough.
Do you feel like clout rap is at its end though? We're in 2021 right now, right?
Yeah.
I think it really kind of started around 15, 16. At 2021, as we speak, as we're recording right now, do you feel like we're ushering out of that time?
Well, what is clout rap? And who is clout rap?
I could give some examples.
Put
right?
a face to it.
Yeah, let's put some face to it, right? Little Pump, fucking Smoke Perp,
There's Lil
Trippie
Yachty.
Red,
Damn, Ugly God. I forgot about
Ugly
Ugly
God.
God. I just remember him.
There's a few of them in that realm who were 6ix9ine, who were predicated on my views and doing shit that wasn't necessarily my music.
Lil Pimp.
Lil Pump.
Little Pimp.
Why do you call him Pimp? Put me on.
Nah, that's what 45 called him.
Okay.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh yeah.
45
Yo, this
called
nigga
Lil Pimp.
spoken mad cryptic shit. Just I had to decode
We were all like-
all that shit.
Lil Pimp.
45.
Lil Pimp.
I said,
That's it.
I thought he was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about another rapper that I didn't know. I was like, whatever.
so many littles,
Yeah, I was
though.
just like, whatever.
So many littles though, and I feel like these littles are from this little clout era. So do you feel like we're ushering out of that? Do you feel like we're getting to more like music, and not just I'm doing things on my social media accounts, which is then sending you guys to maybe play my music, but not because you genuinely like my music?
Reggie, would you like to answer that before I give Alex an example of it not being ushered out?
I don't know how I feel about this topic because like I really try to stray away from like the younger generation. They're internet, social media, viral, like because the times are changing. So like there was an element of that was needed, but I have to be honest. I don't know if we're ushering out of that time. I think we're living in the transition period right now. So I really don't know what's gonna happen. I would say personally, I never. Even as a youngin', I feel like that's gonna be my little theme here as the youngest one in the room. Like I never fully indulged in that era anyway. Like they were none of them were ever my favorite rappers. I never really kept up. I kept up in like the news sense. Like I was able to report on like, oh, this new thing dropped. Here are the facts. Da da da. But in terms of like me delving into it and talking about it a lot, I never really delved in. So I don't know how I feel about it.
And the news was like their clout antics, right?
Yeah, that never-ending news cycle, moving like this, like.
See what I'm saying?
Wait, what do you mean?
COVID did that.
You see what I'm saying?
I think COVID sped up the era of ending. I think it did because think about it to yourself. When you think about that, they are predicated on the basis of basically being outside, interacting, and being situational, like that's what that
like the
whole
antics.
Right, it was about the antics. But now that we had to stay our asses inside, we couldn't, and we looked for other ways of entertainment. And
now your music has to actually slap.
That's true too.
And once you condition people to be comfortable with another thing for an extended period of time, It's on.
Yeah.
So even if they felt like they needed you, they got a year to sit the fuck down.
Right.
And appreciate maybe other genres and styles. What you thinking?
See, me, I think that maybe that wave of clout rappers have gone, but I don't think in the digital age and the digital era that clout rap can ever not exist. Because I'm going to go back a few episodes to Lil Nas X. Now, before we go back into that rabbit hole, no, he is not a rapper. Some would argue if he's even hip-hop. Right. But the actions of how he goes about selling his music and selling himself, in my opinion, has been the route of clout. So when you have an example of that magnitude, it probably won't go away. It can't go away.
What is
because it works.
I was about to say that. You want to know the difference between that? Because I like that he brought that point up. That actually makes a lot of sense. I think because he packaged his quote-unquote, I hate using this word so much, his clout with his music, it can be taken as a rollout.
Okay.
Right?
And he was actually standing for something.
Or standing for something. You know what I'm saying? I think the real difference is like 6ix9ine going on the video, fuck XXX, fuck all these rappers and etc.
Right.
And then
Rest in peace, X.
Yeah. Big rest in peace
both
Triple
X.
Yeah,
Triple
both
X
X and X.
We had his mom here
Oh, where?
last week.
Really?
Yeah.
XXX Tentacion.
Really?
His mom, Pop Smoke's mom. They had I hope that comes out soon. They did some content here.
Y'all did that here. I saw that going on.
Yeah, that was here. I hope that comes out soon. It was really like
Powerful.
him and his Pop Smoke's mom and
That's big.
XX mom sitting. It was just crazy to hear their conversation and how, there was a lot of things that I feel really bad about that I would, I want more for them that people aren't doing them right. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of situations going on with them.
Right.
But at the end of the day, those are really strong women, bro.
Wow.
Like ridiculously strong women, man. For real.
And even shout out to Pop Smoke, right? Pop Smoke was authentic, so it never felt like it was clout
Absolutely.
chasing nothing, right?
Right.
But I feel like the Lil Nas X thing, he's packaging what I guess you would call his clout, like, fucking riding the devil and doing shit like that.
The
but
tweets.
really, it could be a rollout in concept instead of just disrespecting people. And hopefully, people see your disrespect on socials and be like, I think I like this guy. Let me try out his music.
Right.
I think that's the biggest difference here. Because now it looks like you're going to have to start respecting rap. And since gangster rap is in now, all right, you're going to have to start respecting people. You
For
in,
real.
Right?
Like,
it's different
for real,
now. Before,
yeah.
we were just playing in the internet age. I'm never going to see you. Now it's
Yeah.
like, nah, gangster rap is in.
You can't play like like that. You can't play like that.
Can't play like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
That's a good point, though.
I'm interested in
That's a good
seeing
conversation.
how like this whole clout music, everything goes, because it took over for a little bit, and it felt like even J. Cole faced it when he was going at Lil Pump, and him and Lil Pump had whatever friction they had, and you see like a real thorough artist saying like, yo, fam, this is not gonna last, bro. Like, whatever you're doing, whatever you think you're doing, this is not it as an artist. So I don't know. I think it's interesting to kind of keep your eye on. Again, when I was just thinking back to like DMX and who he is and what I know him to be from what I do know, it was like, yo, he wasn't with none of the antics. He wasn't with none of the bullshit. Like, he didn't do anything for clout. Like, I truly believe there was nothing that he would do that he did not want to do. He was not moved by anything. Like, some people just aren't moved by money. Some people just aren't moved by like certain monetary things. Like, I don't see pictures with him with big ass chains and jewelries and earrings. So
I see him with pit bulls, with Tim's on,
and his swag.
Right.
That's love.
Right.
The reason he surrounded himself with dogs is because it's an unconditional love that comes with dogs that humans, we don't possess.
That's true.
It's true.
Like,
it's true.
I don't care how much in love you think you are. I don't care how much you've loved somebody and somebody has said they loved you back. The word unconditional is very far and few between when it comes between human and human interaction. But I promise you right now, if my fucking dog walked through that door, y'all are gonna feel and see a type of love you can't even imagine coming from a human, bro.
Dogs love you just to love you. Like,
they mad,
so
like, and
cute.
they're
that's why I'm
loyal.
single.
Like,
I got my dog. What you said?
That's why I'm single.
Me
What?
too.
Wait,
Where did that come from?
How did we get there? Wait.
Where did he just want to let people know that he was single again?
No,
like,
that's not true.
where
How'd
did
you catch it on to the bullshit?
where did that come from? We're talking about cute ass dogs.
You said dogs love you just because they love you. Savon was saying people don't.
Okay.
People will say they love you, and then you do something they don't like, and that unconditional love now changes. So you now you're sitting here like you jacking it with
So you wasn't like shopping yourself?
Wait, huh?
You don't
You wasn't just announcing,
No.
hey guys, I'm
I
single
would
again.
prefer if y'all didn't hit me up. Actually,
There's no.
please don't hit me up.
Do you believe that there's no reward without risk?
What you mean?
Do I believe there's no reward without risk? No, you're right. You got to risk it to reward it, right?
Yeah. To get to the other side. That's why when I meet people that are very skeptical about relationships and stuff like that, I always say like you have to give something.
That's true.
No, I think the next time I come across a situation that I could see going further than like just a friendship or just kicking it, I'm going to tell her, hey, if you can't love me as much as my dog loves me, this is not for me.
And she's allowed to see not allowed to see other people as well. Or
That's a relationship.
Since the first date.
it's the first date. No, yeah, no.
Nah,
It's first
third
date.
We
First
changed
date
that,
say.
though.
First date
After
say.
the third date, like, we go together.
By whose rules?
Did you see that serial killer shit?
Yeah,
He
we
said
go
after
together.
third date. We go together.
We gonna get Yo, there was a YouTube comment. It was
Oh
so
my
funny. It just
God.
goes, "Oh, so Savon's a serial killer." I'm sorry. I know we shouldn't joke about that, but that's bad funny. Like,
That's not funny, right?
That's
oh, I'm sorry.
Beginning,
Okay,
right?
it's not funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
That's
sorry.
hilarious.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get canceled this early.
No,
Never
no,
get canceled.
it's early.
Trust me, our listeners would cancel me before they canceled you.
That's a
Okay,
fact.
okay, okay.
That's
Like
a fact.
1,000%.
The fact
And I
that
love
this
it that
nigga
way.
survived, I know I'm in a safe place. I'm cool.
I love it that way. But yeah, that's I gotta set the bar when it comes to love from now on. Like,
Okay.
The bar.
I felt love.
Okay.
Like from my little four-legged pup.
That's what you're gonna tell her, right?
I love my dog too. My dog just got spaded the other 2 days
you
ago,
have
man.
a cute little dog.
I
too.
do, a Yorkie too, yeah.
It's a different kind of love.
It's a different kind of love. That's a fact. Like to know, I could be having the shittiest day, and I know when I walk in, my dog is gonna attack me, and it's like
Wow.
I can't even be mad. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
I need a dog.
That might
Yeah.
actually be something for you, bro.
Nah, but you need a pit bull or a Rottweiler.
See why can't A have a
Why you have
Chihuahua?
to-
Why he gotta have a pit
Nah.
bull?
Why?
I know my man.
Why does he have to have an aggressive dog?
Right.
Because Alex's ego.
Why
he
not like
can't-
a golden retriever, like a friendly,
Right.
big,
Feel me?
fluffy
You
dog?
see this
I mean-
nigga with a golden retriever?
I
Look-
can.
Yes.
Alex is bad.
Let's go find something. Ain't that what
Yeah.
golden retrievers do?
See?
They go on the hunt, right?
Nigga said
Right?
let's go find something.
What?
Ain't that what they do, right? You can go searching with them, right?
Nah.
Yeah, you could go search. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, best. I'm gonna be like, yo, go find a nice little girl. Let's find a nice
He's thinking of
young lady.
Airbud.
Hey, that's a real thing. Them dog parks.
For me? Go find a nice young lady for me. Go ahead.
Thinking Airbud.
That's mad wholesome too. Like
It
This
is.
is a
He
horny
likes
man,
dogs.
bro. Like y'all keep talking.
I can picture him with a golden
This nigga's
retriever.
crazy.
Alex is mad nice.
He
Yeah.
wants a golden retriever to retrieve women.
Oh my goodness.
Ain't that what
Look
the
at
dog?
what he just said.
That's not what the dog
I don't
do?
condone this.
What kind of
ladies.
dog you got?
I got a little Maltese Pomeranian.
Oh, you got a cute dog.
Oh, cute
Okay.
dog.
You got a cute
I
dog.
want a cute dog.
He got a
Yeah.
little soft
But
dog.
she just
If you
gaming
take
that
my girl
too.
on a friend date, I'll
Wait, so
still
why is
smack
he
the
allowed
shit
to have
out
a
of you.
cute ass dog and now he's like, oh, you need a Rottweiler? What?
Nah, cause balance. If I got the little dog, he got to have the big
Oh
dog.
my-
We can't be together on a bro. I can't say a bro date, right? What happened when you chill with your bros?
It's just called it's
just
nothing.
hanging out?
It's
Why you
nothing.
want us to be in a
I
relationship
said
so
bro.
bad?
I said a bro.
Yo, this nigga love you, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you.
my guy
He
though.
want us to be together. Like,
I ain't gonna hold you. That episode when he admitted to you that, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to steal your shit. Like, I love you.
Whoa.
This
Still a
nigga is
sword.
out of control.
he's a serial killer.
He's
Got
out
the
of
sauce. We got
control.
the sauce. Oh, clout. That's where we were before we got into that tangent. Clout.
Yeah, man.
Was Usher throwing his face around the club for clout?
No, I think you got that's
Look,
swag.
that transition was fire,
I
but
need-
like mad, like abrupt too.
Nah, but like
It worked.
I need hella context right now.
So
Wait, you didn't see him throwing
No.
the Usher bucks?
Oh, you're gonna have a ball
No.
right now.
Ush
Devon.
Bucks.
Ush Bucks?
You
never had the Ush
No,
Bucks?
I didn't see Ush Bucks.
Oh, you ain't in.
Put me in.
Yo,
Pause.
But nah,
Yo, Alex.
that's what you're looking for, right?
Nah, me?
Big pause.
That's what you're looking for.
I wish I could have seen Pierre's face, yo.
Right, G? Nah, I'm gonna direct it to wait.
The Ush Bucks.
I'm in the same
Let's take a little break. No, I'm kidding.
See what the
said
Ush Bucks
in.
do?
Look what the Ush Bucks
Look
do.
what
Right,
Ush
Save
got
On?
niggas
My
doing.
nigga, you said in and I said in because you said in. My bad. I'm gonna say on. Put me on. I said put me in.
But look,
Don't repeat it.
I'm wilding.
look what the Ush Bucks got us doing. Going crazy over here on the Need to Know
What's
podcast.
these? What
man.
is these Ush Bucks, my nigga?
So
But can I point out real quick? I feel like are you like on social media a lot? Because I feel like every time we introduce like a quick little topic, you're like, wait, what happened?
So I am.
But I like that you don't know.
Yeah,
'cause,
so I'm
jealous.
off. So I've been just doing so much stuff right now in my life.
in the real world.
Yes, I've been in the real world a lot. I've really unplugged, so I'm really
Love
not
that.
in my phone because it hurts my psyche, and I noticed that when I'm in a stage in my life, I'm in a big transition in my life right now, so I just needed to detach myself a little bit from social media. So I am a little detached, and I'm not bragging about it like people do.
No, you should.
I'm not on it.
No,
you
you're not
should.
bragging about it because I had to bring it up. Like, yo, you seem very like, we have to tell you all these stupid little trending topics.
Yeah.
And that's good. I
But
like
see,
that.
Dev is not overwhelming himself, Reggie. That's why I like it so much. Like, we
I
don't
like-
have to know every single thing that fucking goes on in the curve.
y'all
I
didn't
tell
even
you
hear what he
something?
just said to us though. But tell us.
I get my shit from y'all. So when I come here, I'm not getting my news. I'm getting it live. Like, I listen to y'all on the podcast, so that's when I'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't even know
that happened?
Nah, that's
Yeah,
love.
especially
That's
when I'm detached. I just
Yeah.
like to tap in and like y'all gonna give me all this shit anyway. So I just detach and I can detach and I thank y'all for that. Like for real. For
I
real.
love detaching because like whenever I detach for a few days and I come back, I'm like, yo, I didn't miss like nothing
miss
at all.
anything.
Like it's fine. Yeah.
Nah, but you did miss something. Because Reggie, I'm gonna hold you accountable.
Oh no.
Because last week, maybe even the last 2 weeks, you came in here, you looked at me, you said, yo, fam, I really don't like how you calling our audience broke. And I was like, oh, shit, my bad, Reggie, I called me broke.
I'm
Like, I
trying to
called us
defend-
broke. Nah, I get that, and I respect that, right? But I got to hold you a little bit accountable.
Oh my god, I don't know where he's going with this.
Dev just looked at us and said, I'm getting money in real life.
That's
I'm
basically
looking
what
at my
Definitely.
phone.
he's like. You brokies are
fucking-
scrolling on Twitter.
You see,
That's
this
what
is-
you're doing?
In 2021.
This is how niggas grow to hate you. See, this is how niggas.
I'm
hate
kidding.
you.
He didn't say that at all, and he just spun
When
it
niggas
like.
spill that rhetoric, it's like, fam, I did not say
He
not
said I'm
one
doing
word.
shit in real life, getting money, fucking bitches real fast. I ain't getting
Right.
nothing.
But wait, I got a
Fucking
question.
bitches
though.
That's what I heard.
Okay,
I got a question.
okay.
Nah, he would
Alex
never
has a
say
question.
that.
Alex
I
has a
got a
question.
Dev
Okay.
would
What's
never
the
say
question?
fucking
He
bitches.
would
He
never.
would never say that. He's a gentleman.
Why does that question trigger? No, why does that statement trigger so many people? I do shit in real life. I've realized that statement triggers a lot of people.
Because what are you trying to prove by saying that though to me? Like, okay, cool, just do your shit in real life.
Yeah,
Like, why are you telling me that you're doing shit in
there
real
is
life?
a temperament to that. Like when someone says it a certain way, like, yo, I do shit in real life. It's like, so I'm doing shit in fake life? I don't understand what the fuck is
some
happening.
people really do.
But
Some people do it
Dev-
in real fake life. Like the DJ Mustard conversation, and you're off the internet, so I'll fill you in real quick. DJ Mustard, he hired a woman to shop for him. He was paying her $6,000 a month, I believe, right?
72 a year.
Just to shop for him.
Like a
so go to
stylist.
the
Like
mall.
clothes and
No,
stuff?
not
Personal
a
shopper.
stylist.
Personal shopper.
Just a personal shopper. So I don't know if maybe he said, hey, I want this. Just go to the mall and get it for me. Something like that, right?
Right.
What she did, she ran up his business card over $50,000 in purchases for herself.
Okay.
So now, when you ask about real life and why people do it, she clearly did it for the gram. Because all of the purchases that she took this opportunity when she was around one of the biggest hip hop producers in the world.
Right.
He trusted her with his finances
Right.
to purchase things for him, and she took over $50,000. He said it could be upward of $100,000.
Right.
And spent the money on herself just so she can go on social media to make it look like she has a life or is spending a certain type of money that she does not have.
It's a disease.
That's what that is.
See, Reggie, that's why I don't see it as people bragging. I really, in this era specifically, right, with all the phones and the social media, like similar to what Savon just said, people is capping. People is not doing things in real life. So I like that, Dev, because it's a good reminder to people.
Right.
Subconsciously, though, because it's like, I'm not telling you don't do nothing, but I'm telling you, outside of this shit, I really live real life. And you should too. Maybe we'll just start to enjoy all this shit a little bit more.
Yeah, to be honest, can I tell you something? I don't scroll to anybody that notices. I don't scroll on Instagram at all. And the reason why is because I noticed what it was doing to me. And this is just me speaking for me. You do what you want if it makes you happy.
100%,
I don't give a fuck. But for me, every time I would scroll, I would analyze how I felt. I started to really pay attention. Like, yo, I'm starting to compare myself. I'm feeling down. Like, you know what I mean? And I realized the environment that I'm creating for myself. I'm creating this overly competitive environment that makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. And what it does is, and I saw this the other day, and it was about Buddhist. It was a Buddhist monk, and he was explaining the religion. He was like, we focus on living in the present because anxiety is you worrying about the future, and depression is you being stressed about the
I resonate
past.
with a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said to myself, oh my God. So it's just so powerful, and you don't understand how much power it is in just living in the moment. So for me, Instagram,
Literally.
I'm just seeing what people want me to see, and I'm thinking this is life, but
I don't like that.
I don't see.
Did you go to rehab?
Did I go to
Rehab?
Would I?
For social media.
Would I?
That's what I mean.
I went on my own personal rehab.
That's what I'm saying.
Personal
Did you,
rehab.
did you go to
I'm
some
saying
sort of rehab,
mentally,
not
sure.
for drugs, not for alcohol?
Right.
But Dev, I was introduced to Dev through the internet.
Right.
I know a lot of his business has come from the internet.
Yeah.
I know some could consider him an internet baby, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because that's how he, in my opinion, and tell me if I'm wrong, but that's how you burst onto the scene due to the internet, right?
2015.
Now you put your talent on the internet. That's one thing. But now you got to market that talent. Now you got to find a demographic. Now you have to continue to feed that beast, feed that machine.
Right.
Continue to know what, like Instagram. I hate Instagram because one year they introduced the stories, right? And then the next year they introduced Instagram TV, and now it's Instagram Reels. So
Freaking
now you
Reels.
always have to, like, you can't take 2 years off of Instagram as a creator.
No.
You
Yeah, not 2
cannot
years.
take a year off
No,
of
not even a year.
Instagram.
You'll be lost.
You can, but you're gonna compromise like that momentum. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
for somebody like Dev, who I know had to be somebody like myself, like, yo, fam, I hate the Shade Room, but I have to follow the
we
Shade
follow
Room
him.
because not only
Y'all
are we
follow the
talent
Shade
here,
Room?
I'm a
I do.
producer on
I
one
do.
of the biggest music podcasts in the world.
I'm screaming
I
who
have
brings
to.
up the topics on that show.
Yeah,
so I
you
don't
have
know
to.
what
I'm
the
a
fuck
producer
going
on one of the biggest
I've never
shows
followed.
in the
I'm
world.
not like I just can't. It's so toxic, and they post like 10 times per minute. Like how? Oh my
It's
goodness.
nasty. It's
Wow, I
definitely
can't-
nasty
I
over there.
can't
I never
can't.
was able to follow.
I
But when I
can't
asked
ingest
about
it.
rehab, it's like, yo, what did you do to disconnect? Because at some point you was even posting on your stories like, hey, let's
Take a
Take a
reset.
5-second breathe.
There we
Take a
go.
break.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I
I
love
love
those.
those. And a lot of people
love
always would
those.
hit me about that, saying, just because, you know what it is? Because even for me, somebody like me, I sit there and you get into this zombie mode, right? I see all my friends do it, and I fucking hate it. And you start scrolling, and your stories that keep going. So I
That'd be
just wanted,
Savon.
I wanted, you stupid.
It is.
I
No,
wanted to
he's
be-
not lying.
I
Real
would
life
put
zombies.
those stories right on the stories where it would, as soon as you get to mine, it'd be like, yo, take a second,
Yeah.
breathe for 5 seconds. and then you go back to the other shit, and it's like. It kind of, I just did it to kind of snap you out of it for a second, like, yo.
And it worked. It made me get out of the app sometimes.
I bet, yes. You was like, oh, I'm done.
I'm like, I'm not even in this mood anymore.
Yeah, like, what the fuck
I'm
just
relaxed.
happened?
I'm about to go do something.
It's bro, it's really dangerous, and I fear for our, this sounds like an old guy, but I feel for our children, like real talk, because what this shit does to us is the effects of this. We won't talk about it for another 40 years.
That's the thing about it.
We won't talk about
what it did to the generation as a whole.
Exactly, because it's so fresh.
Research ain't done yet.
It's so fresh. You know how fresh social media is?
Dog.
It's still new.
Yeah.
This is like finding fucking oil. Like, it's like that. Like, dead ass. It's like a Rockefeller thing. Like, fucking Mark Zuckerberg is like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is
The
pioneering, like.
The Social Dilemma was
that's a
the
good movie.
Netflix documentary that when you said zombie-like, I don't know if anybody's watched it. If you haven't watched it, it's a documentary on Netflix. It's called The Social Dilemma.
Really good.
And basically, they have real-life interactions and acted out interactions of just how social media and how the algorithms just play with your mind and your brain and how it really turned you into a zombie. Like Alex said, like that's probably one of the realest things he's ever said. Yeah, Savon turns into a zombie.
That's the realest thing I ever said, right?
No, that's the realest shit you ever said. Bro.
Every week he gets on here and says mad real shit.
All the shit I
And
said.
that's-
Nah, that's the realest
100 plus
though.
episodes.
The realest shit he
Savon
ever
being
said
a
was about
zombie.
me.
Hey, you ever notice when Instagram show you that girl? You ever notice when Instagram show you that girl all of a sudden?
What?
Yeah, that's not
First
by
picture.
accident.
That first picture, you like,
not by accident.
oh, I ain't see her in a minute.
That's not by accident.
What the fuck? Or that guy also.
And I enjoyed that documentary because they had reps from Twitter or former representatives from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram who are telling us like, yo,
Listen,
we're doing this.
We know how to, we know how to get you. We know how to get you. Like, we know how to get you. Somebody I haven't interacted in 5 months, but it'll bring them back, and I'll be like, damn, I did used to like their pictures a lot. Like, it'll test me. Like, I see the app testing me out. Like, I'm like, yo.
Every woman that I don't want to see is always the first story.
That's right.
On my
means you wanna
page.
see them.
That's right. It knows you. It knows you, bro. It
Nah, I
knows
be like,
you.
yo, why y'all be doing this to me though? Like, she just broke my heart, bro.
It's like,
don't need to see her face right there.
That's right.
Like,
That's
come
a
on,
fact.
fam.
It
They
knows.
be bugging.
It knows.
They be doing a lot.
Yeah.
You ever had somebody call you and then they picture come up like in the gram? I'd be like,
Yep.
yo,
Bro.
what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Or even if I like something on their Twitter, I'll see them on the Instagram app.
It's all connected. It's
all
scary.
connected.
It's scary.
Like when Alex posts, he's the first on my feed.
Right.
But I think they just know, like, we
know.
always
Tryna-
together.
and
Like,
you
we,
tryna-
bro,
It's like versatile.
in proximity.
And you
Like,
tryna
I think
steal
our
his-
phones are getting to that point now where it's almost like, yo, if you're in that proximity of a person that you follow or that you text often, like, me and Alex never interact in the DMs, ever.
Right.
Like, once in a while, we'll swipe up, yo, bro, doing your thing,
Funny.
cool.
Right.
But, like, we're not social media active too much. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
true.
if he posts,
Supposed to go ahead.
he's first.
Right.
Number one.
Reggie, you know, can I ask you a question, Reggie?
oh my God. Yes. I'm nervous.
I like
so,
questions.
so I just want to know, I just want us to talk about you. What's going on with Reggie? Because she posted little something,
Little shindig.
and it felt like it was one of those fuck you posts. Like,
What?
it was one of those I'm doing me, I'm here.
Yo, but I'm doing me regardless. So we're not. I'm gonna shut this down real quick. You know, I'm living this positive.
Reggie.
You know,
She posted some heat.
That
on
was
the
definitely not
gram
towards
and
anybody.
Twitter, and I was like, yo, this looks like who shot this? What do you mean? She posted the old. It was no. Do you see the
But
picture
what
she
he
posted?
what he did though, Reggie? What he did? to
What
you?
he did, Reggie?
What he did?
What he
I'm
did.
not supporting this narrative. I'm here to tell you guys. I'm on this very.
I get
you
it,
know,
guys.
Rasta Clout vibes.
It's not. It wasn't like a fuck you post. I swear. I put my hand over my heart.
trying to believe you.
I'm chilling.
You trying to make somebody jealous?
No, that you think to try to make somebody jealous, I'll post that? No, I'm going to the beach. No.
Yeah,
She
you're
got more
bad.
than some. She said that's the EP.
That's the appetizer.
That's the album.
That's the appetizer.
Album, that's not the album.
Nah,
That's the
but
album.
I was trying to do like some positive,
It was fire.
radiant post, and that's what you guys got from
Dumb
it.
shits.
I got that out of that.
That was a honest to God, like that was a really nice shoot. Like what that
Thank
whole
you.
shit was fly.
But no,
It was
but he
dope.
said it was a fuck you post to
Nah, I
somebody.
didn't get that.
Nah,
Okay.
Now, you
I
gotta,
didn't get
a fuck you is like Usher bucks. Like if somebody like if like
Usher bucks.
yeah,
Right.
Still don't know what that is, by
We're
the
about
way.
to get into it right
Okay,
now, right?
thank you.
Like, if you do a service for somebody and they give you a $20 with Usher face on it, that's a big fuck you.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
I don't know if you've heard or
Picture for
not.
him.
It's better than like him giving you herpes. Like I would much rather him get
Wait,
from Usher.
was that? I knew.
I'm just saying.
So
Like,
was that
if
true?
you can get two things from Usher, there's like.
Was
two
that
things
true
you
though? Was I remember that whole thing, but was it true or was it
What-
like a rumor?
Herpes?
The Usher and herpes thing.
This nigga.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it's funny. And
I don't know, man.
That's what they said on the internet.
That shit don't sound funny though.
That's
I
what
don't know if it's true, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Nah, because they were saying like, yo, he can give you two things. Like, which one would you rather get from Usher?
A $50 bill with his face on it.
That's what
or
they was
disease.
asking.
So
Which one would you rather get
Yeah,
from Usher?
so-
That's wild.
So he was giving out.
Shout out to Usher.
He was. I don't know if strippers came to. Shout out to Usher, man. Usher Ray. I don't know if strippers came out to him or he went to a strip club.
Okay.
But let's say some facts first, right? So he did spend. Quote unquote, a stripper came out, Devon, right?
Okay.
And was like, yo, she posted some pictures of some Usher bucks. Literally a $50 bill,
Usher
a
bucks.
$20 bill, and a $1 bill with Usher's face on it.
It was
She
$100
goes,
bill.
I'm sorry, it was a $100 bill. I'm not trying to short it.
Oh,
Big face Ush. Big face Ush.
Big face
No
Ush.
disrespect.
Fuck is you
Big-
talking about?
big face
Get your
Ush.
currency right, nigga.
BFU.
Fuck is you talking about? So she took to Instagram and was like, yo, can y'all believe this, etc. Blase, blase. And of course, people who see fucking money with Usher's face on is gonna fucking trend.
Okay, right.
So basically, she was trying to blast him.
Right.
She was trying to say,
for throwing
who would-
fake money at strippers.
Exactly. Like, why would you throw Usher bucks at us? Like, this has no value. We can't do anything with
We
this.
work hard
We
for
work
our
hard.
money,
But what if the Usher bucks was like the stocks that you trying to put us on to?
but
Like,
they're
what we're
not.
getting at a
I would-
penny share.
That's
I
the
would-
thing.
I
They're
would leave you
not
that.
worth anything.
Can I
That's
say
the
something?
thing.
That's the next
They
wave
are.
of currency.
I bet you it's worth something right now.
Wow.
I
And that's
doubt
what I wanted
it.
to get- that's-
No,
I
they
don't
was
think
mad.
so.
They was mad,
I want to
bro.
get to that.
They was angry.
Someone would buy if I went
wanna
on
get to
Amazon and seen Usher bucks for $5. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be buying. This is funny.
Yeah, because
It's a gag.
celebrities are taking pictures with it. now.
Exactly.
I seen
Okay,
21
okay, yeah,
Savage.
good point, good point.
There is a little weird, weird value in that
Usher
that
money.
shit.
It's crazy.
Right, because of that
Shout out
moment.
to Usher, man.
You see? Do you see what
I
value
see,
is based
because
off
we
of?
create value.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I see what you're saying.
We
Okay.
create it.
We create the value.
And
of something.
people
Right,
relate
right.
scarcity to value as well. So if there's not a
Exactly.
lot, the value. It's just fucking. We are fucking strange, bro.
We are fucking
love that.
strange.
We're fucking strange.
Well, you've been
bro.
trying to tell us that for a long time. Like,
Yeah,
Raw
living
Society, the
strange,
Living
bro.
Weirdos.
Yes.
Like, you've been saying it for a while.
We're strange. Bro.
You've been saying it for a while.
But come to find out, Dev, he did spend thousands of dollars. And that was, he threw that money as a jokey joke.
Yeah.
And to promote his Vegas residency.
Genius.
Right.
Genius.
Thank you.
And now, oh no, look what happened. Everyone's fucking talking about.
And now I know he has a Vegas resident. I would have never known that.
Ooh.
Otherwise,
to go
Yeah,
through it.
I'm glad you brought that because I was gonna be like, okay, let's joke about it, but I want to make sure it ended on okay. He didn't really do that. He did not just pay them all in Usher bucks. It was a little gimmick.
Real quick, though, that would be some fly shit if he did.
I don't think that's fly. Paying with fake money.
All right, I'm going to give you some real money, but come on. All right, that's pretty narcissistic, though, no?
Yes, that is super narcissistic. That is super narcissistic.
Yeah, I can't even like.
I'm a big.
I can't even subscribe to that. Like, and I like to joke about those things, but nah. If I go somewhere and I see your face with money on it, and I think it's real currency, like just like I said about the friend date, like hands is here, like hands and feet, hands and feet, baby, hands and feet.
what a
Like,
situation.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's very
What a
interesting.
situation.
But the whole internet was talking about it. That's why it was interesting to me because it could be some value in it.
Of course.
I seen all the rappers trying to pose with it now, trying to make jokes of it. Like
Right.
it's crazy how we can create something.
Remember?
That's what I love about creation.
Do you remember when the kids that were, and I don't know how to be politically correct, but let me name them, the Ice JJ Fishes, the 50 Tysons, the
Ooh, 50 Tyson. Yeah.
remember that era
More
of those kids?
Yeah, who was it?
Wait, what's their names?
Yes.
I know Ice JJ Fish, but like, what era
but
is that?
what
What do
they
you
was
mean?
gonna
It
call
was an
them
era
now?
where kids that
What you was gonna call
some of
them?
these kids actually had mental issues.
Nah, they.
Oh, really?
And remember
I thought
when-
it was an act.
Oh.
and-
Yeah.
You thought it was an act?
I thought they was acting.
Nah,
honestly,
remember,
honestly.
got him.
Yeah.
Nah, some of those kids were. Some of those kids
I didn't
really
know that.
had.
Oh, I didn't know that either. I thought that was just them.
Cloud,
Yeah.
I thought it was like the beginning of Cloud. I thought it was honestly like
Did it start there?
because I seen Ice JJ Fish like with women, and now he out here vibing.
No
like,
matter what, it equated to dollars. Don't get it
Oh,
twisted.
I did not know
I
that.
didn't know they
that
had mental
yeah,
illness.
yeah.
Yeah,
But that was
I didn't
those
know
kids.
that.
Those kids had Those kids had issues.
I didn't know that.
Definitely did.
I really, I
Yes, but
truly
we were
did not.
50 Tyson.
And-
You
yeah.
remember 50
I
Tyson?
remember 50 Tyson.
50 Tyson.
Yeah, Twin
1, 2,
City,
3,
Minnesota.
Yeah.
50 there was a time where we was really like we were taking those kids and we were really championing them, and I feel like people were making fun of them at the same time. It was just a weird, strange time in hip hop. You don't remember that? Like
So,
It's
on
like
social
the,
media.
Maybe people were making fun of them because they were like us. They didn't know that it was like we thought it was an act. Maybe
They-
I don't know.
I feel like people knew, man.
Damn.
Like
I feel like
Yeah, that's
people knew,
kinda
but it was
weird.
kind of like
A-Town.
A-Town, Snacks in A-Town.
Snacks in A-Town.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It
Wow.
was a lot. That was an era. That was an era on the internet. Like that whole thing was just like these. I feel like we were poking fun at a lot of people. Like, and they were getting famous. A-Town had a song. Yeah, the Buds,
Yeah.
the Buds.
And then the rappers copied it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't.
crazy.
I didn't know. I thought that they were kind of just acting.
I could be
you know
wrong.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
It
just
could
want
be,
to
I
say,
don't know.
if you saying that, I'm
Nah,
like,
they-
okay, I could be
definitely
wrong,
had some
but
things
we
on
were
it.
definitely galvanizing that.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
shout out.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Usher.
Shout out to
Yeah,
and
I
what
gotta
I
show
like
love to
about
Usher.
this is that like it's funny and people were clowning him like, whoa, why are you doing this? But he's going to survive this. Like Usher's not actually broke, so he's gonna escape this with
Usher is more than good.
yeah. So he's gonna do just fine. And now like that was good promo for his Vegas.
I do want to say it is kind of odd how at least once a year there's a big major story surrounding Usher, and I feel like he kind of is like private. Like you don't really see him on the scene too much. He's not really too active.
What was the
or
most
anything.
recent one after the herpes?
The little
thing?
herpy thing.
Because that was a long time ago.
Wasn't that all a rumor though?
Yeah, that's why I
Rumor,
asked. I was
nah,
like, is that even true?
It was
like,
still like he still made headlines.
Yeah, that was
I know
big.
his relationship was in the headlines, so I don't know. It's just kind of weird how the media picks and chooses. Some people don't want the attention. Some people do want the attention.
Right.
One of the people who is always in the headlines, I won't say for like the wrong reasons, but for some questionable reasons, is the Game. Now, the Game seems to kind of insert himself where a lot of people feel like he shouldn't insert himself. I am a huge Game rap fan, so it makes it really hard to defend his antics outside of music because as a rapper and as an artist, like to me, he's really in the upper echelon of rappers.
Yeah.
What
right?
was that? Why? What was
Why
that
are
laugh?
you giggling? Like, I know that
He's
you know
dead ass
music.
giggling.
No,
like,
Nah, bro,
wait,
because
wait,
you know what
no,
happens,
it's
bro?
not-
Like, you be
He
letting
let
me
out
feel
a-
like shit when I like certain artists, bro.
No,
Like, I
that's
had
not-
50 Cent
why?
Hustler's Ambition
I
as my
love-
-- 1 song
I
for
love
2020,
50.
and he was really, like, cutting my ass,
No,
bro.
it
Don't do
wasn't.
that,
I told-
bro.
and what did
Because
I-
now my trauma coming
Savon,
back,
I
bro. That's
told
crazy.
you
Nigga said
that
my
I
trauma.
also listened to that album a lot. I was just,
But it was number one for me, and you made
That's
me
why I
say,
was
like, you
laughing.
said I was bugging.
you making
for
fun
it.
of his music
In
choices?
2020, bro. Like,
You working out
I
your
like.
fifth Usher's Ambition. That's the number one song.
Wait, that's not a wild choice.
But
No,
it was
it's
my
not.
number one most
No, but you
played
gotta
song
understand.
ever in
My
the whole
head,
year.
my head
Okay,
goes.
that's kind of.
But
That's
you want to
kind
know? So that's kind of Reg. So now I'm picturing. Imagine Savon
Okay.
acting like 50 Cent in the gym.
No, but like that'll equal a good workout.
No,
He knows
it's
what
just
works
funny.
for
It's just-
him.
well, I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at a tweet that the Game, one of your favorite rappers, did. He was talking about the Usher bucks. He says, quote, "I need some Usher money to give to those no ambition having dudes that always got their hands out."
That's
Damn.
what he needs the Usher money for.
I was just, you know what I'm saying?
He's been saying a lot of things. He sparked the controversy around DMX.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know why he was like, oh, nobody was showing love to X when he was here, but now that he's gone,
They
something
did.
along that lines. And I don't want to talk about that,
Yeah.
because
stop.
we all have our own opinions on that. But this is what I do want to talk about, because this has something to do with relationship. It almost has something to do in a way of my train of thought to a degree. So the Game says, maybe I'm old school, but my woman ain't paying one damn bill. Not rent, not mortgage, not a car note, not nails, hair, clothes, phone, or groceries. If you're taking care of home, cooking, and fucking the shit out of me, life is on me, period.
Sounds like gender roles.
I don't like that. Yeah, I didn't like that last part.
Sounds like
As
gender
long
roles.
as you're cooking and fucking, I gotta do
That's a
all that.
vibe, though.
That's a vibe.
Oh my goodness.
I said it's a
This
vibe. I just said it was a
motherfucker.
vibe. Why
Reggie.
can I be honest?
didn't say
I
nothing.
didn't say that's all they have to do.
Reggie.
But that is
He
a
said,
vibe.
"Nah, that's a vibe."
Like I said,
vibe,
if
though.
this nigga is still here, this is a safe place.
Okay.
Reggie. That was nuts.
I can
Nigga
say
said
wild
that's a
shit.
vibe.
It's
crazy what
Say
I
wild
said.
shit. It's
No,
nuts.
it's a vibe,
It's
bro.
nuts.
Right? No, I think what he means is like
Look at the nigga trying to clean it up.
Cooking and
He
fucking
meant-
is cool.
Let's-
That's a
let's-
vibe.
you mean like paying all of that stuff is fly, right?
That's a vibe too.
So what's your idea?
So it wasn't what he meant. He was like, yeah, that too, I guess.
But all right, see what it is with one doesn't have to translate to the other. Just because you cook and fuck doesn't mean that the other, like, I'm not saying it has to be synonymous. Sure. What I'm saying is, in a relationship, cooking and fucking is a vibe. Even if, as a man, if I was cooking and fucking you great,
that's right.
I'm a vibe.
That boy good.
Nah,
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, we were like, yeah.
I'm a vibe.
Yeah, walk it back.
I'm a vibe.
Bro,
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga played. That was good defense.
Boy, good.
That's all
Media
I'm
train
saying.
Savon. Yes,
Cooking and
sir.
fucking, baby.
He ran back down on the other side of the court. He said,
He
I'm
did.
gonna get back on D. I'm gonna get back on
Because
D.
we can't disagree that because that is a vibe.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's
So,
Whatever.
quick question.
That's
Thank you.
not
Who
my
was
type.
raised with both parents in their life? Because I have a question. We
I
got
was.
Pierre, we got Savon, we
Oh,
got Reggie.
shit.
Okay,
was.
so
What? Why
we're
is
just fucked up kids.
What the?
Dad.
For real?
Yeah.
That is so great.
That's
Moms, 2 dads. I got mad
You got
grandparents.
2 dads. I'm
What
looking
do
for the
you
one.
mean? He's like,
I'm looking for one, nigga.
I'm looking for the one.
That was dark. That was really dark. Niggas
no, because your face is just so happy for us. That's great.
It really is.
Because you know why? And I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
and you'll
yeah.
learn this about me. If we ever go out and we're watching a movie or something like that, if a father-son scene comes on, you'll see me mind fucked. And you'll see me go, yo, that's great. Like, yo, he's talking to his dad, my nigga. Like, he's
Dev,
getting advice.
We ain't see that, right, Dev? We ain't see that.
That it's strange. It's very foreign to me. It's foreign to me to, yo,
I wanted to laugh. I can't laugh at
I
this.
know. I'm not trying to.
I can't
Yeah.
laugh at this.
Y'all grew up in the house with both your parents?
Like, so how'd you... Never mind.
Y'all grew
Yeah,
up...
not only did like,
Yes, I
well,
did.
I think for both of us, like, not only did we just, have parents, but we have like great relationships with our
Amazing.
parents. Like, they're very, what do you mean? It exists?
Yo,
Watch this.
Yo, he's like, why? But he's like, wow.
Nah, fuck all that. So, question. So,
Yeah, I love talking about family, so.
so is
Real
it,
quick,
do you
Dev.
have like a date?
I just want to show you like a quick example
Okay.
of the true testament
Here we go.
to like me and my father.
They're besties.
This is gonna
Yo.
trigger me.
What's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
His dad
Bro.
answered the phone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's good, Dad? You on the Need to Know podcast, bro?
Here you go.
Yo, what's good, gangster? Yeah.
We got Alex in the
Oh,
building.
Alex, what's good, my boy?
Yes,
yeah, I
man.
know he up there in the building.
Feel what I'm
He
saying?
knows his friends.
We also
dog right
have we also got my friend Reggie is here and Devon Terrell.
Okay, what's up, fellas?
How you doing, pops?
He's really about to talk
all
about
right.
how great you are. by
They
the way.
were amazed that like Alex doesn't have a father, right? It's been documented.
Right.
I just discovered that Dev doesn't really have a situation or a relationship with his father either.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I said, watch this magic. I'm going to call my dad.
He just shitted on us
This
and called
kid
you.
is,
And then Dev
this
was like,
kid is
whoa, he
something else,
answered the
man.
phone.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away. You answered the phone. Like, I'm blown away.
Oh, shit. Yo, Dev, chill.
On demand, Dad. Like,
Yeah,
that's
nah, of course. You
Of
know that.
Oh,
it.
he loves him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real love over here. That's all.
Nah,
I,
you know that. Mandatory. I see that. He pop up, I'm answering. No matter what I'm doing.
That's fire.
that's it.
Alex know that.
Nah, I
Alex know
do.
we party together and all that.
Yep, listen, yo, you know how we get down, chill.
Y'all
We on air.
Y'all hung out.
Yo, chill.
You had a drink with your dad?
Me and Savon,
You ever
Dad,
had a drink?
stop
Had a drink with your dad?
Mad
Stop
Yes.
playing with us,
A
man.
drink.
Dinner,
A drink.
wine,
We copped
bonding.
the bottles of Henny at the party, man.
Feel me?
Yo, chill, yo, pop, yo, bro, chill, bro. We on air.
We on.
Oh, man.
All right, Dad.
Alright.
Nah, I just wanted to call you real quick, show you some love, bro. I'll hit you when I get up out of here.
Later, bro.
You already know. All right.
I am fucked.
And I be following
That
him
is
on the
very
gram.
fire. That is very
I am
fire.
pops, man.
flabbergasted.
That's tough.
My dad.
I have 2 dads, by the way.
I
That was
see.
my
You
biological.
You just
So
gonna
you
keep
said-
showing
I'm
off.
just letting you know. Because my other pops, he be listening. He be like, nah, nigga, you
me
act like he the
love.
only nigga in the picture.
Yeah.
Like,
As
oh, wait,
he
first
should.
of all, y'all are not in the couple. Like, y'all are not together. But yes, I got to show love to
Can I show you me Savon and I's friendship right quick?
Yeah.
I tell him, I open up to him, right? I say, Savon, damn, like my dad, me and my dad don't have much of a relationship. Nigga said, nigga, I'm gonna call my dad and show you what this shit feel like, nigga. I said, all right.
Yo, he flexed
All
right. No, and he ends the call already flexing, and then he's like, "Oh, by the way, I have 2 dads."
By the way, I can call
Right,
him
I
right.
was doing that for me. Like,
Right,
I
right.
don't want him to get
Savon.
mad. I don't want him to get mad.
Oh my
Now, you got a
goodness.
third one?
Y'all know, nah, I don't.
Oh my god, that
That's
was
the
wild.
closest
That was
thing
a
to,
little
like,
wild.
To clarify, I do know who my dad is.
Nah,
I'm
yeah,
very
okay.
lucky to know who my dad is.
Okay.
My dad and I don't have much of a relationship. He knows that. My dad and I relationship is more like when I see you, and it's just that, and it never was a real relationship where I felt like, I just don't. He doesn't know me like that, and I don't know him like that. And my dad is a really fly. If you saw my dad, you would think this nigga's a young nigga, like just a young dude. Wears everything we wear, fly dude, Benz. He's always been that kind of guy, like always the fly guy. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't have an affinity for cars, because he loved his car, and I think I grew to hate that, and that's why I don't have a car to this day. I have this. But I don't have a car. Like, really let that. I think it's really deeply.
It's rooted.
It's rooted in me, and I noticed that, and I identify that. So for me, it's just molded me this way. So I'm grateful for it, and I made my peace with it. But I'm very thankful for the dynamic that I had. My mom is amazing. My family is fucking amazing. Incredible.
I got to meet your mom.
Yeah, my grandmother. My mother's dope. Yeah, my mother can sit right with us, and you don't feel like I'm with a mom. She chilling. She drinking. She smoking.
I felt that energy. I saw. I see her in your videos that you do with your family.
Yeah.
Like your mom be right there doing all the dances, supporting
Smoking
you. So that's love. Shout out to your mom.
I love that.
That's lit.
Me and Devon have a similar background growing up.
Very.
And I posed that question because kind of what the game was saying. Dev, we ain't never saw that dynamic between the man and the woman. Like, how we gonna tackle the bills?
No.
How we gonna pay? Who's gonna pay this? Who's gonna pay that? I'm really asking the three of y'all now. Because have y'all heard those conversations in the household? Did you see how it was handled? What was that dynamic like? Because before I really hit this topic, I don't know what it should be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't. So the men in your lives, right? The fathers in your lives, how did they go about that?
Okay, well, for us, my dad was definitely the main breadwinner of the family.
Okay.
But, like, when it comes down to it, my mom definitely knows she has to do her part as well. Like, it was never just like, okay, my dad's doing everything. He's going to provide everything. He's going to take care of the crib, everything, pay for the groceries, and I just cook and clean. It was never that. Like, when it came down to the wire, like, all right, like, now she needs to, like, she definitely knew it should be equal. But just the way that our family situation played out, my dad had, like, a great job, and, like, he was providing a lot.
But you knew that at any moment mom would step in.
Definitely. It wasn't, she never expected like, okay, he's handling all the financial stuff forever. It was never ever like that. Sure. I never that wasn't even like a thought in my mind, like, oh, the man is the only one that even as a young girl, I was never like, oh, the man is the one who makes the money.
Right.
That never, even though I saw that growing up, like he was the one making the money, that never translated into me like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. I always grew up like it should be equal.
And I'm sure he probably never instilled that in you.
Yeah,
like he never told you to like, hey, go after a man. Like, make sure your man does this. Make sure your man provides this for you. Like, just I get a sense of it. I've never met your parents, and again, we've spoken about it on our one-on-one. That's why I really got to really like see your relationship with your parents and the influence that they had on you. Right. And I don't get that sense of, hey, this is how a man and a woman has to interact with each other. Reggie, you do this, he will do that. Like, I feel like they almost encourage you to go after your dreams the same way that you want people to go after theirs.
That's dope.
I feel like your parents kind of instilled that in you. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. Again, I don't know
you are
your
so
parents.
right.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, because I don't know your parents. So
that's rare, by the way.
No, that's
very
a beautiful
rare.
thing.
What's rare?
Parents that allow you to be who you want to be. Very important. Of our generation, I'm saying. I think because I know our kids, I think we're gonna raise the fucking most free thought thinking monsters of the world.
They don't even know how good they're gonna have.
Yeah, they're gonna have it amazing. Like, yo, be what you want to be. But as far as you know, us, I feel like we were put in a situation where it's like, yo, I can dream. Like my mother, I'll be honest with you, as I don't want to say broke, but you know, we weren't rich, right?
Balling? You can say that,
Right, we weren't balling. So to me,
but
for my mother to be in that situation and for me to dream
and to still pursue a career as an artist,
right? Like I'm gonna be a singer one day. Like that's crazy. Like how did you put me in an environment where I felt like I didn't feel like I needed to be like, no, I gotta make money or I gotta make this or I felt like, yo, I can do whatever I want. I'm a dream. Yo, mom, I want to go to school in Florida. She was like, okay, cool, I'll figure it out. And my mom would figure this shit out. Like I don't.
That's dope.
It's incredible. So I had an amazing mom. Single mom, right?
Same approach.
Did your mom date?
My mom dated. I probably saw one of my mom's boyfriends when I was like 8 or 9. And it was like never again.
And you never saw that again?
Ever again.
I had a mom
Alex
that dated.
didn't like him either.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. You know what he was trying to do?
What he trying to do?
Alex did not like that one guy.
Y'all ready?
Wait, how old were you?
He said 8.
Y'all know me. I just be vulnerable. I don't give a fuck.
Yo.
Right.
I was like 8 or 9. That's what he would try to do. That's why y'all gotta watch out for them dudes in your life. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Son would try to come over.
Yep.
For me? and then buy me some McDonald's and go in my mom's room.
Oh my God, that was the move. Nigga brought me Game Day. Remember Game Day?
Trying to win you over type shit. Trying to like win you over.
But then go in my mom's room.
Right. He would just
So he would use the
set up
McDonald's
Alex.
as the, you know what I mean?
Yo,
the
you
bait.
chill. You chill.
Nah, because Alex was a fat man. Alex was a fat kid.
Yo, me too.
So he knew. So Alex knew.
I was like obese when I was like 8. Yeah.
So like
Holy
the
shit.
dude knew like, yo, all I gotta do is get him the 4-piece McNugget with the little, nah, I mean,
Oh.
like this kid, he gonna be alright.
He wouldn't even talk to me, but McDonald, yeah. And then he would go in my mom's room. I'm like, what the fuck y'all doing in there? Like,
Yo, that shit would
now
get
I
you
know.
tight. Right.
Yo, but that's crazy. No. But that's crazy because as an 8-year-old, usually they'll be like, yeah, McChicken, and be satisfied with that. But you were like, you think that's enough for me? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Because I was seeing him. He would literally give me the food, and then he would like diverge off, and then her room was locked all of a sudden.
Wait, did he even know like what your favorite meal was?
Nah, he just bought me
That
like,
nigga said,
McChicken
"What's the
and
cheapest
fries."
shit you got?"
McChicken
Oh
and
my
fries.
goodness.
For this little fat nigga, I gotta go.
That's it. Little butterball ass.
Listen, you know what?
Listen,
Oh,
black
cute
butter
little-
bean.
little chubby
black butter
Alex.
bean.
Oh, that'd be
I was
so
a chunky
cute.
monkey.
Sit your ass on the
Hey,
table and eat this McDonald's.
You ever dated a girl with kids, with children?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
You be dating, bro.
yeah. Dating a girl with kids. It's
this
an
nigga's a
interesting,
man.
very interesting. You ever dated a guy with kids, Reggie?
I was hoping you didn't ask me that because this leads to a story time because I didn't know. And then we were great. The let me tell you, the relationship was 9 months because
Just like the kid.
That's a decent right.
no, because the kid, the reason
Came
why
in 9 months?
the reason why the relationship ended was because he got
He got somebody pregnant.
yeah, he got somebody before we met. And then the news came out, and then I was like, well,
Holy shit!
yeah.
waited 9
And no,
months?
I've been waiting for so long to fucking tell the story because my life is a fucking movie, okay? But I had to wait until like mad years passed by so I could tell this story so nobody knows who it is. Yeah.
He waited for 9 months to tell you. Yeah,
Oh
the kid is here.
no! He didn't know. The woman
Oh.
never told him,
Oh.
and then she popped up and was like, "Yo, 9 months ago we did."
That's fucked up because now you gotta be ready to be a father.
But nah.
Yes.
Yo,
And it was
what's
twin
fucked up
girls.
Is that like
Yeah, I swear, like Craig is gonna listen to this.
Hey, shout out Craig.
He was a
Craig,
witness.
dude.
Like this is a real life story. I'm not capping. Like this
Right.
really happened to me.
so? Wait, you did a pregnancy relationship.
What?
Like your relationship lasted the duration
And I
of
didn't
a
know.
pregnancy,
9 months
and then it was it.
A pregnancy relationship. You held the kid. You held the kid.
No, I didn't. I never met the. No. As soon as the news came, we were over.
Reggie's like, I ain't meet them little niggas.
No, yeah, I didn't. Yo.
But I got you, Reggie. I'll say it for. I ain't meet them little niggas. Fuck out of here.
They
9
are
months.
twin
I'm outta
girls.
here.
Twin girls.
Oh, I didn't ditch either. I was like, I switched
girls.
into like, okay, are you okay? Like, can you hint? Because this is gonna be a crazy time in his life. No resentment or nothing.
Oh, you dope.
I had no time to process what happened to me as a girlfriend, but like, that's in the past now.
You got out of there.
You so dope.
She's lit. She
so
consoled
dope.
him, then got the fuck up out of
Yeah,
there.
I mean, because it's not his fault. I mean, it kind of, I don't know, no. I'm not going to speak on that, but yeah.
I mean, it is his fault.
He did it, but in that situation, what am I supposed to do? Like, be like,
Yeah.
you got another girl pregnant? No, that's a huge life change. Of course, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Life happens. I'm gonna go this way.
Reggie
Right.
is great.
I'm gonna be over here.
I am pretty great.
I'm not gonna lie. I messed with a girl with a kid once, and by the way, I love girls with kids because they usually have their shit together and they
have to have their
they
shit
don't
together.
got time to play. I like them. I like them.
That's a
No, they
debate.
don't.
I remember one time, but I ain't gonna lie.
huge
They got
debate.
4 hours. What you about to do?
That's a
Yeah, that's a
fact.
debate, bro.
Bro,
It's
bro.
a debate.
What you about to do?
Listen,
They got 4 hours,
Bro.
Yeah, you gotta relax, bro.
when you walk in the door,
he says you got.
when you
4
walk in the
hours.
door, everything is laid the fuck out. Food, movies
The
already
baby
set
food,
up.
too.
Food, you be like, the kid is like, I got his pajamas on. You like, damn, this is you kind of set up the night, and we ready to go. She put him to sleep, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, one time,
You
bro.
got a McDonald's.
Nah,
You got a McDonald's,
I ain't
didn't
do
you?
that. I ain't
You
do
got on the
that. I ain't
Happy
do that.
Meal. You
I
got
ain't do
on
that. But I ain't gonna
got
lie to you.
McDonald's.
One time, he's it's kind of getting into it. Sun came outside. I was like,
Now you be mad confused though.
I'm like, can I speak? Should I speak to him? Should I not say nothing? Because I don't want. And then she's like, she's like, go back to bed.
Yo, they
and
don't
she's
play.
yelling at him. I'm like, fam, this ain't. I can get out of here. She's like, no.
You're like, yo, it's not the kid's fault.
It's not the yo.
Because they be really trying to protect
never-
that relationship between the two.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Like, all right, this is the
I
guy
would
I'm
have
dealing with. You have to.
Yeah.
Like for me, I was blessed because my mom met my stepfather when I was like 2 years old. So I had no true recollection of it. So for me, like I think if I ever found myself in a situation where I was courting or dating a woman that had a child, I would be all for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, first, I'm great with kids. Right. Like, before I even got into, like, media, kids was my bag.
Same,
I thought I was going to school to be a teacher. I was working with kids throughout the summer.
I could destiny you as somebody's PE teacher.
Like,
Why does it have to be PE?
Yo,
save on it.
Yo, and the way that Alex looked at, he's like, yo, I can see that.
like, he really felt that.
Yo, hold on. I'm about to kill it. You ready for this?
Oh no.
You
oh,
ready?
no.
Listen.
I don't know if I'm ready.
All right, quiet.
Let's do it.
Mr. Slater?
Ooh.
The
Slater.
gym teacher?
Yes.
I was taking them down.
You was
Yo,
going back.
no,
all the
people would
math
love.
teachers.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a compliment.
you
They
be
would
that
love
nigga.
you.
That
You
would've
be
been
the gym
fly.
teacher. Everybody like, yo,
That
Mr.
would've been
Slater,
fly,
though?
Yeah, but I had bigger plans. I had
Yo, what's
bigger
wrong with y'all?
plans. You
I
feel
will
me?
leave. What's wrong with you?
I just had bigger aspirations. Nothing wrong with the gym teacher.
Right.
Shout
No,
out
and
to
also
y'all.
I just
to the
want
gym
nothing
teachers.
wrong with being a gym teacher,
Not
and
at all.
also
No.
with this conversation is basically uplifting women with children who date because
Yeah.
that sounds lit. The story that you described,
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
sounds
dope.
lit.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
so we are
They ain't
uplifting.
ain't got
Yes.
nothing- the girls with a lot of women, like people with kids, they just don't got time to play. I think they have a little bit, their priorities a little bit more aligned. Like, you see me? So
It's
I
a
never,
good thing,
I
yeah.
never strayed away from dating a woman like, girls with kids. Like, oh, she got kids. Like, okay,
Did you
so
feel
That's
like
good.
I gotta try that.
You have to. It's
like,
fire.
for real,
it'll
for
change
real.
your perspective
Yeah.
on a lot of shit.
And
feel
you're
like-
27. It's a good age to do so.
That's true. That's true.
I'm seasoned.
I was young. I was like
I'm
20.
seasoned.
I was
Seasoned.
20.
Did you feel like because she was like trying to get more serious maybe in life and protect her kid that financially she maybe needed some assistance too, or did she feel like, hey, I just want your presence, kind of like referencing what the game said?
She was one of and you'll meet a lot. Let me say something about the common misconception with girls with children.
Yeah.
You be thinking like, oh, I need assistance and all this other stuff, but real talk, a lot of them be like, I don't need no nigga. I got my own shit and I do my thing. They're extremely independent at times, but at the same time, you try to you want to be there if the relationship is getting really serious. I never got like really serious with the girl with the kid, but I've been in like situations where it's like, I'm just seeing how it goes and stuff like that.
Spent a few nights.
See, my thing is like I'm gonna be mad afraid that the kid is gonna love me.
Oh,
And
and then if
with obviously I'm not married, so clearly none of the relationships have worked.
Right.
You know. So I would.
the way he said, he's like, none of them worked out,
Sounds
but
impressive,
Yeah.
right, Reggie?
So I would be afraid that if I connected and bonded with the kid, especially if it's a little girl, like baby girl, like
Oh
that's
my
my
God,
heart right
yo.
'Cause now it's like,
Oh
like
my
just
God,
like
that
I
just
love
hit
the
me
dog,
really hard.
like I love the dog, I might love the kid like I love the dog, and I was like, oh damn, I
Nigga
can't
put the
fuck
kid
with
and the dog in the same
I can't
sentence.
fuck with the kid the same way I fuck with the dog. Like, that's
Nigga said I love
crazy.
you. like I
actually, he
love my
puts the dog on a really high pedestal. So
Thank you.
He does.
I
He
love
does.
the
That was a
dog.
good-
He does.
And now I love your kid, and now like I no longer love you.
Don't
but,
go
like, what
to
we
don't
gonna
go to
do?
don't go to Nigeria and say you put the dog and the kid at the same place. They're gonna look at you like,
Ain't gonna like that.
nah. They treat the dog out
Yo.
there like a squirrel.
I just learned that.
Wait.
We're like
Dogs are just roaming.
we're like the only one of the only countries that treat dogs and like dogs, like
Honestly,
pets.
we can't stay like we cannot stay on this topic.
Okay, my bad.
Because our dead ass will fight somebody over some animal shit.
Yo.
Other countries,
I'm
dog,
telling you.
they dogs are
Nah,
like
but that,
like
nah,
I'm telling you.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, but just animals in general. I got a really
Oh,
soft
yeah,
spot.
no.
well,
It's not
Savon loves
graphic. I'm
kids
being-
and animals. I love it.
Oh my God, your dating profile is so fire. This nigga,
I love it.
working
Mr.
on his
Slater,
profile.
the gym teacher
wanted
who
to
loves
be a
animal and kids.
Yo, if I find one picture of you with a basketball like this, I am fucking gonna make a fucking.
He's gonna have a field day.
I'm gonna have a fucking great day, bro.
Just wait on it. Just
Oh
wait
my
on
God.
it. I know we gotta get up out of here. We gotta wrap really quick.
Oh.
I didn't realize the time.
Word.
We got
Before we
time.
do that,
We
we got
got
time.
time.
We got some time. Okay, man. All right. Shout out to Craig.
What?
Nah, because you said we got time.
Where did
and then you sound Craig.
Shout out
Where
to
did
Craig,
that
man. After
come
last
from?
Week, shout out to you, man.
Now that was all over.
Yo,
the
there
place,
was
though.
mad comments. And
About
Craig,
Craig.
can I just throw in here,
Please,
Craig
please.
watched the episode update for. There was a few people who asked if he saw it,
Right.
And he was like, he was live texting me while he was watching it. He was
Right.
like, "Oh, I agree with this. Oh, that's fine." Da, da, da. And then at the end, he was like, "Damn, y'all have like a really great dynamic going for you. Shout out to you
That's
guys."
what's up.
He
Shout out.
re- and he would tell me if it was whack. He's my best friend. He'll be like, "Yo, this
Right.
shit is whack, Regina." Like, nah, he said it was really fire.
That's
That's
right.
love.
Shout out to
That's
Craig,
love.
man.
It's a
Correct.
good sport.
So shout out to him.
Shout out to Craig.
Again, like I said, before we get up out of here, I would be remiss if we did not speak about some of the issues that are going on in the black community. It seems like every single month, every single week, almost every single day, there's new developments, there's new stories, there's new victims of just violence from the police, black on black crime. It's just sad. Dante Wright. We was talking about kids. Dante Wright, a 20-year-old man, 20-year-old boy, whatever you want to call him, identify him as a 20-year-old human. Let's start there.
I love that, human.
Lost his life this past week to gun violence from a police officer who used the excuse of, hey, I meant to grab my taser, but I really used my gun. I fired it, and now life is lost. He had a child, a 1-year-old.
Oh, I didn't know he had kids.
He had a child as well. Yes, correct. So with that kind of news, as we're getting older, you know, like the best way for me to kind of gauge my life really is kind of sports, right? So like I said at the beginning of the episode, I said I'm 27 years old. In the NBA, I would be a veteran, considered a veteran, or in my prime, you know. I'm not young anymore, you know, in that degree. I have siblings. My siblings are getting older. My youngest brother, I think, is 22. And then I have a middle brother who's about to be 24, 25. So I'm gauging it, and I'm like, yo, kids that are dying are younger than my siblings, my youngest siblings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't really equate, you know? So Minnesota, y'all have had a year. I want to send our love, our prayers, our condolences. Oh my God, I saw a video of of Dante Wright. Yeah. I believe it was a family member of his. I don't want to misquote it. I believe it was his aunt. She said that Dante Wright had a teacher who was the girlfriend of George Floyd. That's how small the world is. That's how connected all of this is. Just think about the burden and the heaviness of the cloud and the energy in Minnesota. Y'all know I'm big on energy, man. Right. Minnesota sounds like a city that I would have loved to have gone to. But now hearing all this news with police violence and black people just dying senselessly is kind of disturbing. So I wanted to highlight that before we moved on to any other topics. Alex.
Yeah, I'll say this, right? How do people expect for us to trust the cops? Oh, you have to cooperate. You have to listen. You have to do this and that. You have to trust in the cops. How do you truly expect for us to trust in the cops? I am a black man that anytime I see a cop car behind me, I see a cop car 2 blocks down, I see a cop car 3 cars in front of me, I have heart palpitations. My heart is beating fast.
Absolutely.
I'm a grown man, I'm telling you that. It's been like that since I was a kid. So it just kind of confuses me, Savon, as to why they're confused as to why we don't feel comfortable. How many black people have to die for reasons that here's another thing, right? Even if a person is guilty of something, because I see this going around on the internet. Oh, he had expired tag. Even if a person is guilty, the cops are not supposed to kill you.
They said that?
I don't know, bro. I don't know who needs to hear this.
Yo, even if they're guilty, even if he wasn't complying, that's not an excuse to fucking kill somebody.
So what? You are meant here to protect and serve the community. We are people of the community. We don't feel safe with y'all. Right. So when we're on quote-unquote offense or feel off with y'all feel confused? Why the fuck would y'all feel confused? When I'm in my car, 3 cars down and my heart is beating, bro. It's a reason for that because I know what comes with that shit. Right. And I want us to get to a greater place of understanding. I want people to get on the same fucking page. But God damn it, bro, I feel bad for us black people, bro. Because even when we're trying, it's hard. We're trying to put our trust in y'all. Oh, we don't cooperate enough. We don't do this enough. You got to do this. We got to incorporate this and that. You fucking telling me you got a taser and a gun confused?
But the thing about what you're saying is you can do everything right. You can be a man of stature.
Thank you.
You can, the lieutenant. We just saw an example of a lieutenant being pepper sprayed, dragged out of his car.
In his fatigue.
Forcefully detained.
Fam.
In his
forcefully.
fatigue. In his fatigue.
In the uniform.
Fam.
And I love the fact that people are saying, yo,
bro.
Kaepernick,
annoying, bro.
he kneeled. Right? Because you said, hey, that's disrespectful to the troops. We don't agree with you. Get the fuck out of this league. You no longer have a job. Anybody who kneels with him, your job is in jeopardy. Because we want to protect the quote-unquote NFL, wants to protect the military, right? Show respect to the military. But you have a black lieutenant in uniform asking, yo, why is this happening to me? What is going on? I would like a reason to know why I'm being pepper sprayed in front of my dog, in front of my pet. Again, we've been talking about dogs this whole time. Fam, if you disrespect me in front of my pet or somebody I love, something that I love, bro, you don't even have respect for me in that regard, who the fuck are you and what do you want me to do going forward?
Savon, how do I advise my kids? How do I advise my kids to not get shot by complying? Please, somebody answer me this shit because it feels like, oh, we don't understand enough. We don't cooperate enough. Bro, like, it's so fucking annoying. What are we supposed to do, bro? I do not trust y'all. You keep killing people that look like me. How am I supposed to feel comfortable around? Like, real shit, bro. Like, I'm all for love and everybody being accepted, blase, all of that. World love, world peace. I'm about all of that shit. When it comes to us black people, bro, when the fuck do we get a break? Like... Come on, bro. When do we get a break, bro?
You don't get a break.
Who am I supposed to trust?
You don't get a break.
How am I supposed to trust them, bro? I'm trying. How? Somebody tell me.
You know what's funny? I remember 1 week. I remember 1 week in my life where I got pulled over by the cops 5 times in 1 week, and I remember saying to myself, "What the fuck is going on?" And one of the DTs, he pulled me over, and he said, "You know, license, registration." I was like, "No problem." I'm always very calm. And he said, you look nervous. You all right? I said, I am fine. Mm-hmm. I'm very fine.
Are you?
And I remember my shorty in the car was like, whoa. Like, she was so blown away by that. I said, just relax. Everybody just relax and be calm. Navy SEALs train for about 18 months before they are thrown into combat. 18 months of bullets whizzing at them, being in situations, learning how to react in those situations. 18 months of training. The police, you know how long they spend at the academy in training as far as situations?
Tell them, Dev.
Maybe a month or 2?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
About 6 weeks, Savon.
And then you throw them into a situation that they're in for the rest of their lives. Navy SEALs are not even Navy SEAls for the rest of them, but these people, the fundamental issue that is happening that I believe is wrong with this whole thing is cop culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
What's wrong to me with cop culture is, hey, any good cops that's listening right now, let me tell you what's happening to you and why you're fucking up calling some of these people your brothers and sisters. You're fucking up because you're calling these people your brothers and sisters, but you wear the same uniform. Thus, you are guilty by association because you're now holding those people responsible and you move as a unit. So when you see one cop doing something that you know in your heart is wrong, I uphold you guys to a higher standard than a sorority, than a brotherhood. I hold you to a different standard because you're protecting human lives. So I don't believe in the code of I protect my brother next to me in that sense. Because you know why? That's not your job. Your job is not to protect each other. It's to protect us. So when you guys come into the situation of your culture saying, hey, no matter what, we got each other's back. Guess what? Now that cop or that person that has done so many wrong things, you represent them and you all fall.
Dev, real quick. You saw how you said protect cop culture and everybody all falls and should be of that thinking? Do you know how nasty it is for that cop that shot him? And I'm going to get her fucking name because I'm going to voice it.
She's actually been charged with manslaughter. I read it just now. They charged.
She yells out taser, taser, taser after she shot him. Do you know what that tells a brain like mine that fucking works? Okay, cop culture, we got to protect ourselves. When we get to court that day,
I'm going to use this. Yeah.
Come on.
This is what I'm screaming.
Stop.
Come on.
This is what I'm screaming.
How stupid do you think I am, bro?
Like, I'll be honest, bro.
Come on, bro.
I play video games.
Come on.
In Call of Duty, right? I play video games. You know the difference between the taser and a gun. The trick, just that dynamic of how it looks, how it feels. It's bright yellow from what and even if it's not bright, like everything about it, like a gun you have to, and I'm not the most informed on guns. Sure. So maybe they're not walking around with the safety. I would assume if you're casually just walking around with a gun, it's on the safety.
Should be.
Because you can get in your car, sit, and blow an extra hole in your asshole just for not having it on safety. So are you telling me that, hey, not only did you take the gun out,
right,
you took the safety off before you realized that it was an actual firearm and not a taser? Like,
but this is what they want us to believe.
Shit about guns,
this is
bro.
what they want us to believe.
26 years.
26 years.
26 years. And we're training on that day. She was training a new cop that day.
On that day.
Wow.
Listen,
what?
I can't let it go without saying this. There are I know some great cops.
I have a friend who's a cop.
On the job.
I have family that's
I know
cops.
some great people
I know amazing
on the
people that are
force.
cops.
I really do. And I want to say that because that doesn't get said. But within that same breath, you are doing yourself such a disservice by not holding your quote-unquote brothers and sisters responsible for representing you when they walk out into that street. They represent you. So if you let that ass...
The thing is, in my opinion, because the two cops that I do know, one is black, one is Spanish. And the thing is, no matter how they feel, they're outnumbered. They're outnumbered in the way that they feel.
And the system as a whole they're working for a broken
the
system.
Entire culture.
We believe that individual is a good individual, but you're working for a system that is just so fundamentally fucking broken for so many years. Like,
that's right.
It's like, what could they do? But also, I don't know. It's just crazy.
It's a conundrum because at the same time, I can say here and I can be objective and say I understand why you're quiet. Because you're scared. Yeah. Because you're in that building every day. You have to feed your family. Yeah. This is a situation you're in where you say, if I say something, I'm done. Because you can't
even. You can do. So a lot of the times their hands are tied behind their back because it's like, hey, I'm getting into this thing because I want to do good. But then you see the structure and it's like, oh, it's me versus that. Yep. Yeah, I'm never gonna win.
We have to destroy that. That culture has to be that. Somebody has to. Problem. I think
the first thing for me is in this country, I think gun control. Like it's them big to me. Like a lot of people don't like it. We don't have enough time to really go in depth with it. But like guns, it doesn't make sense to me. As somebody who lives in New York, as somebody who grew up in New York, I understand there's gonna be a lot of pushback on that feeling and that sentiment because I do understand like it's a culture with guns. People love and worship guns. Like it's a real life thing in certain parts of this country.
But it's also this is the only country that this shit happens. So
I agree.
The proof is there. So
I'm sure there are people in mad other countries that glorify guns.
Like
that, and that's something I wish people would highlight. Where it's like if there are other countries with people that use crazy weapons, shit, even weapons that are worse than what you could find here, and it's not done at this rate, we need regulation.
Cops don't even have guns in other countries.
There's
London, they gonna follow you out with a baton.
Yeah, they don't have guns.
There's been more police shootings this year than there are days.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Mass shootings too.
That's insane.
Mass shootings
too.
So it's like we're not telling you, oh, you can't have a gun, but don't you care about what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, man.
You're just that selfish about your fucking gun.
God forbid, it's one of your family. When you don't want it. I don't want it to hit home. Yeah. I don't ever. That's why I always stand in front of it because when it hits home, then you're like, oh, maybe we should. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait until the shit hits the fan.
That's why I'm so glad you brought that up because I feel like we're talking about how broken everything is, and this world is so fucked up that we literally bring up every week. Not us, but like people bring up how fucked up this world is. It is so bad that people die just from thinking about how fucked up this world is. That's how bad it is. Right. And so we need change, and I'm tired because like I think the only way that we'll ever get any change is that we all care about things that don't affect us. I understand, like, we all talk about, like, oh, success is inner peace. I agree fully, like, that is what you should strive for, inner peace. But, like, how are we ever going to fucking ever get change? Change the world that is killing people if we, like, don't care about things that don't affect us? Because if everybody moved like that, in self-interest, we're never going to change. We're never going to fix the broken cop system, gun control. So just even if you see something that doesn't affect you, you know, even if you don't think that little post on your story isn't going to do anything, just do it. Just care about things that don't affect you.
I support anyone that is just trying to live their life and unfortunately they're being killed for it. Just like the LGBT community, they are being murdered for just being themselves. And yeah, I'll be at I'll be at that parade. I'll be at the LGBT, and it don't mean nothing. I don't identify, as that or anything like that. But guess what? I'm there in support. You understand what I'm saying?
I definitely went to support the homo.
Come on, I'm done with the homophobe. I'm done with I've been so over that.
And those, like, I'll be honest, like I have a lot of friends like. They know how to have a really good time.
Oh my God!
Don't get me started. Please don't get me started.
They know how to turn
Please don't get me started.
Can I tell you something?
They don't, bro.
Can I tell you something?
Okay.
I went to a gay club in San Francisco with my friends, my shorty. We all went out and they was like, yo, you want to go to the club? I was like, yo, fuck you, let's go. And we all went. And it was, I saw a whole nother culture that I was like,
so
wow.
free and like
open,
dancing, like
no pressure. And I was there. I was chilling. I'm not interested or
Yeah.
Some guys looking at
and
me.
they respect that.
I'm
like a lot of people, they'll respect that. Like, yo, hey, I'm just here to have a good time.
And
like,
they're like,
I'm
all
just here to
right.
have a good time. Don't even
Well,
worry about
And
it.
there's someone they'll come up and compliment you like, oh, your outfit. Yeah.
And I
so.
look at my shorty like, you don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, see, but all that to say, like, just everybody support each other. Like, I know we talk about this so much. Every week is something fucked up, but I don't know. I feel like we have to do something that will change. And that starts with caring.
I like that you say that, right? Because change. Kyrie Irving, real quick, is not like a sports podcast, but something happened in sports culture that I did want to talk to. Kyrie Irving, outspoken leader in
Jersey
the NBA.
King.
Jersey King.
Aries King.
Oh, hey.
I did not know he was from Jersey until today.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
Yeah.
He had a whole little rebrand with the Brooklyn. With the Brooklyn Nets, they try to chase it back to the Jersey roots. That was a whole thing.
Yeah,
and I was so proud.
When I kept up with basketball in high school, he went to St. Patrick, I think it was.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But shout out to Kyrie Irving. He actually he made me think this week, man. And I love whenever somebody that I don't expect to make me think, because a lot of people kind of wrote him off when he called him, or he considered to be a flat earther. Like when you hear
He's since
somebody
apologized, okay?
No, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people wrote him off, is what I said. Just since then, he was like, no, because he was repping like, yo, I think the earth is flat.
Yeah, that's
you know
sarcasm.
how people feel about that.
He didn't really believe
No,
that
he
stuff.
did at some point.
I think he did.
I think when he said it, because Kyrie, from what I know, he challenges the norms. He challenges the way that people think. He makes you uncomfortable, and he's very outspoken about it. And a lot of people, especially NBA superstars, who have a much larger platform than most athletes, they come with an expectation.
Right.
You see a LeBron James, you see a Kobe Bryant, you see Michael Jordan. Those are the top three figureheads. And let's go to Magic Johnson.
Sure.
The most marketable superstars in the NBA, right? Those four, arguably. And you see how they say all the right things. They got the greatest smiles in the world, the larger-than-life personalities. They play the game to the media. They're very business-oriented. Kyrie is not that. Kyrie has become his own man. And we actually have the luxury and privilege to watch this in real time as his career transitions. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, as he changes teams, it's almost like a whole different chapter of who Kyrie Irving is. But I say all of this to say that this past week, he got into a little back and forth with Dennis Schroeder, right? And it was over Dennis Schroeder calling him the N-word. Now, he didn't use the hard ER. And I know we say it in our vocabulary, but when speaking about it, I just think it's important to emphasize saying it and just referring it as the N-word, right? So we'll use that for the sake of this. So Kyrie tweeted this. He said, the N-word is a derogatory racial slur. It will never be a term of endearment, reclaimed, flipped. Never forget its foul and true history. Throw that N-word out the window right alongside all of those other racist words used to describe my people. We are not slaves or ends. I want to salute Kyrie Irving. I want to thank Kyrie Irving, especially in the climate of today. I, too, want to remove that word out of my vocabulary shortly but slowly. Like it's in my vocab. Like I can't deny. Like it's 135 episodes on this podcast. You can have a whole highlight
whole compilation.
Someone do it.
No,
what it is.
No,
right?
please don't do it.
No. But
they're gonna joke Justin Bieber in there too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Justin Bieber. But no. Just for that way of him kind of challenging the status quo and making me look in the mirror and say, you know what, man? No matter how we try to use it, it does have some real venom behind it.
Right.
And I think that was just a perfect way to kind of tie all that stuff together.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that he's opening up the conversation. Right now, with that being said, I want him to kind of grant everybody some grace. All right, with this. All right, so. Again, we need people like him, right? Big Aries energy. Introduce some new topics. Have everybody think, right? But give everybody some grace. Again, Savon was just saying, this has been a word that's basically been in our vocabulary, a habit.
Forever.
When we say a habit, right, it's not easy to get rid of habits, right?
Yeah.
Habits are always a thing that it's like, it takes a little while to really break. And this is like Savon was saying, this is a guy who is in another part of his career where he probably feels a little bit more elevated. He's had his spiritual awakening. He's reading more. He's starting to understand his blackness a little bit more. He's getting all of that. I want him to understand that he's at that point of his life. So when other people use it, like a Dennis Schroeder, who's a transplant from Germany, and who probably uses that word as a term to fit in with the guys in the league, you know, that he's not necessarily trying to come at him and call him the N-word, but I do love how he's trying to educate, but at the same token, grant some grace. Everybody is not where you're at yet.
Nah, but I respect that he's like, yo, don't call me that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's like,
no,
man, don't
100%.
play with me like that. Like, hey, if you didn't know, I'm letting you know now. I don't subscribe to it.
No,
No
that's
matter
a
what I
fact.
did in the past, just don't call me that.
That's a really big stage.
I get it. I get it.
It's a really big
My
stage.
thing is though, like,
I think I'll play devil. I
Sure.
do agree with you on the grace,
Sure.
right? Because if I'm talking to, unfortunately, if I'm talking to another person, a black person, I'm like, yo, my nigga, like my nigga, yada yada. I am. That is something that is going to roll off the tongue.
It's a habit.
I would appreciate you as my black brother or sister to say, hey, just do me a favor. I really don't like that word.
Yeah.
Can we just refrain? No problem. I respect you, and you know what? Thank you for putting, even putting that in my mind.
And we got to get comfortable with that.
Yeah, but to get into a situation where it's like fisticuffs, I just like I don't think we can't
That's
fight
a little
each other.
extreme. No, that's
extreme.
We can't fight each other.
Because if you see the
extreme.
clip between him and Dennis Schroeder, like he's breathing down his neck fake and this and I
Nah,
understand
yeah,
that
that's a little
word
extreme.
struck
The
a nerve
energy
for you.
was
It was a little bit
high.
too high. And I'm gonna repeat this again. This is a transplant from Germany. Like, have you ever been that new kid in a scenario just trying to fit in with everybody else? Because
you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know the backstory.
You don't really know necessarily. I know Dennis Schroeder doesn't know the backstory being born from Germany, even though he's a black man. The way he grew up was
But
different.
he does know. He's been in this country.
Sure,
before.
Listen, hey,
but
hey.
again, but how we were brought up is different.
Racism exists in all
100%.
parts, too.
Especially Germany.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
or even
I don't
how
know.
the word is used in Germany.
I don't know how
Yeah.
big of a soccer fan you are,
no, I fuck with
but it's bad. They throw
bad.
bananas on the field at
Yeah,
the dark
it's very-
players.
Hey,
fuck with
hey,
Pokemon,
hey!
like-
You know that's where it started, right? You know that's where white supremacy, racism.
Oh, for sure, they brought it.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
will tell you this, and I'll stop. It started with the church, and I'll stop right there. But it started with the church and religion. That's where that first started with Christian.
They was hating that Jesus was
Don't
black.
even get it started because I know what you about to say.
That's
I
where it
know.
But
started.
they was hating that Jesus was black though.
They was hating. They was so mad.
They said he had wool hair.
Yeah.
Well,
He was
here's
so-
my-
he
here's
was so
my-
melanin. They was tight.
Here's my
mad at the
thing.
melanin.
There's parts of the Bible that we don't have access to that are at the Vatican right now. That
yeah.
they
Because
took
they
out.
don't want to know. Yeah.
Hey, what's in those? What's there? What's
It goes-
what's
it-
there?
it gets
that,
deep. It
what
gets deep.
don't I see?
Dev, don't do that right now.
All right.
Don't bring us there, bro.
love
Don't
it.
bring us there. Nah, thank you for that though.
great.
Thank you for that though. We do got to get up out of here, Reggie.
Word.
Thank you for coming again.
This was,
We in a relationship now?
huh? Oh, it's the third. It's the third. Oh, that's what Savon said.
How do you know that's the rule? Like after the
Wait,
third
what?
date,
Wait,
we
really?
just committed. We
Hold
not in a
up.
relationship after
Wait,
the
what?
third.
Really
What
quick,
happens? We're committing.
can I say something about the Kyrie topic real quick?
Yeah,
my Jersey
please,
King.
yeah.
But okay, so this is how I mean, okay, let me explain why I'm being like, oh, this is how I feel about it, even though obviously like y'all should take over the conversation, obviously for obvious reasons.
sure. Yeah.
But Taylor Rooks articulated how I feel about it. Like she said, Kyrie has every right to feel about how he wants about the word, but she made sure to say this conversation about Kyrie and the N-word should not turn into a conversation between non-black people and black people, whether or not it should be said or not. So I just want to remind, the non-black listeners, like it is never your place to tell black people how they should feel about the word. Like, oh, if you could say it, why can't I? Like I'm saying out of endearment, never. Like it is not your
Never.
place to say that. So I just want to put that in there. So
Hey,
just
that was
saying.
beautiful.
Anybody
beautiful.
out of anybody that's not a black person that ever told me you shouldn't use that. Why can't I say it?
Yo,
if you
that's-
say it,
don't-
that is the definition of privilege.
Don't
That is-
do
so-
that. Do
so
not do that, please. Like,
Please don't.
yo.
Don't do it around me.
You say to
Nah,
yourself,
I
you
appreciate that.
say to yourself, you say when I met people like a white person that say, why can't I say it? I'm like the mere fact that you want to
to?
say it is
Why
it
do you feel
speaks-
entitled to say it?
Yeah,
Why do
Nah,
you feel
for sure,
so-
for sure.
Hey, it's the one thing that we tell them you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right,
so I
right,
said, you know how you see how that feels? That's our lives.
It
That's
goes back to upbringing.
Yes.
It goes back to upbringing and being institutionalized and programmed.
That's right.
But yeah, thank you for that little tidbit.
Yeah.
Taylor Rook, shout out to her. Again, shout out to Usher, man. Like, word, bro.
Shout out to Craig.
Yeah, shout out to Craig. Yeah, yeah. What's up, motherfucker?
Yo, shit.
Nah,
He's gonna watch
I'm
this
about
and be
to-
like, what the fuck?
why,
Like,
right?
That's the new homie right there.
Love is love
Now
now,
I'm paying
man.
my next
Like,
car note with Usher bucks.
I ain't mad at that.
Oh my
Thank
That
you,
shit
bro.
gonna be tight.
Yeah, Usher bucks. I'm not mad. Definitely go invest your stocks in the Usher bucks.
The emotions in this podcast be like funny, deep, home, family. Like, oh, I love it.
Girl,
I love it.
We here. Need to know podcast, baby. That's how we giving it up. If you've made it this far in the episode, please make sure you go ahead and do exactly what Alex told you to do at the top of this podcast, which is subscribe, like, comment, YouTube community. Yo, we are so thankful for y'all,
Very
man.
much so.
The numbers are going up.
Yeah.
The numbers are going up. We're reading the comments. Yo, keep commenting.
Word.
Like, keep doing it.
It's
dope. We like the feedback. I also like laughing at like myself.
I love how he hit the laugh. Like,
and I also love seeing all the praise that you guys are giving Reggie, that you guys are giving Dev.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, and I know y'all keep sending like personal comments to Alex in his DMs because, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how y'all shoot. That's the relationship you got with our listeners. I know. King.
I don't listen.
King, no,
listen
not
to
the
Savon.
king.
Before you DM me, you don't get a hit up back.
Savon loves some Alex, boy.
That's my guy, bro.
I love me some Savon.
Hey,
I'm trying to
yo.
call him my couple.
Hey, yo.
It is what it is. Man. Come on,
That's
baby.
it. I get that. I respect that. We ain't doing that shit.
Come on.
But like we always say, is what you need to know when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast. God willing, we will be back again next week. Make sure you stick around for Mondays, quick sessions every single Monday. It's a time that we speak to you direct. We want to hear from y'all. So please, this is the one time I will give you permission to DM Alex, to DM me, to DM us, because we do want to chop it up with you guys. So again, it's the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know. We are out of here. God willing, we'll be back again next week. Peace.
Gang.
Yeah.